Hello and good evening from Germany. This is Jonathan Higgins III, and I thought I'm kicking up a dungeon stream. Reason is Thomas Burnett reached out to me and said, "Well, let's do a dungeon in just like in the good times." So I'm trying to do that. So I'm just sending the Streamyard links to some of the friends. I have no friends, I know that, but still hope that somebody will join me. Tan, now that Canada is the 51st state of the US, revoked his support by canceling the Streamyard account. In 4 days, it's over, Red Rover, so we don't have his Streamyard link anymore or a Streamyard account. So we will go back in into the cheap ass mode of the free StreamYard package, unless he has mercy with us and extends the StreamYard package so that we can enjoy four full keys. Now I'm seeing here people already spamming the comments, and I will put or pull them up. I don't have a plan. I'm just here to shoot the shit and probably bring up some watches or something about James Bond. We will see what happens. So I don't know. JHR is here. Apparently, he's a massive fan of Eddie. So he's spamming the comments here with his messages. I'm not reading them all here. Yeah, we're waiting for Eddie. Eddie reached out to me a couple of times today. I offered him to run a stream, which he didn't really take up me on for. So I don't know what's going on with Eddie, but I offered him to run a show this morning my time and even in the noontime. Okay, so we have here a lot of messages. I don't know if it's Eddie himself. Okay, so a different person than Eddie is John C. Please bring Eddie back, man. Eddie is welcome to run shows here, and yeah, just like I said, I offered it to him. So JHR is agreeing, and Eddie, come back, baby, is the theme here for tonight. Oh my God, here's so many messages. I probably have to move to slow mood or slow mode. I'm posting the link again, StreamYard link. So within limits, everybody is welcome to hop on and shoot the shit with me. So yeah, just like I said, when the dungeon has been bought, Tan was generous enough to pay $80 for a 1 month StreamYard package with 4 keys, and we've been running on that StreamYard package for the whole time. I'm having a free of charge StreamYard package, which has the disadvantage that I'm only having one set of keys, so it will be hard. It will be tough. 1 second. Okay, Dodger needs to stream via WhatsApp. 1 second. The link is posted in the comments of the show. Now I hope, I have no idea if I can okay, yeah, I think I can post that thing here. No, I can't post the StreamYard link, unfortunately. So yeah, so that's a pity. Maybe somebody tells me how to pin the StreamYard link on the bottom of the comments. I see here our good friend Marcus Mundell. Bond is a Rolex and a Seiko, man, and that's correct, because the dollar said Omega. Well, the dollar said also Seiko. Seiko paid dearly to be part of the Bond franchise in the 1970s, but way less than what Omega was paying and probably is still paying. I had this discussion with some other member, I think yesterday or the day before. The question was, will Omega continue? And matter of fact is, I don't know. I have no idea where the franchise is going to. Amazon paid $1 billion or British pounds, I don't know, to the Broccoli family, to Ian Productions, to have all rights to the franchise. And yeah, we're waiting. They're saying they're still casting. No decision has been made. Apparently, there is no script book, nothing. So I doubt Marcus Mandel is saying yes, Omega is still paying. I'm not sure if they're paying for the next movie or if that is just a normal permanent payment that they can still use the Bond franchise unless something changes. So, Marcus, if you have more information, please post that in the comments, and I'm happy to repeat that. So, yeah, John C is saying, pay the pill, Danny boy, stop being a cheapskate. I mean, John C, I haven't seen you super chatting a lot, so I'm not sure if it's correct to call Tan a cheapskate, but if that floats your boat, then that's totally okay. Danger Will Robinson says, what is this train wreck amateur hour? And he's totally right. Hey, Danger Will Robinson, why is that link not working? 1 second, I'm trying to post the link again. Dodger, I'm trying the link again. So this is definitely the right one. I'm not sure if the other one was wrong. 7HANT. Oh, 1 second. No, it's the same StreamYard link. I have no idea why that doesn't work for you. It works for me certainly, because that is the link that I'm using. So I hope that the Dodger is joining me at some point. Too bad. What do I do? What do I do? I'm not sure if the reason is... Oh, Dodger is here. Dodger for the rescue. Hey, Dodger.
Never fear, the Dodger is here.
Very good, with a silly hat.
It's not a silly hat. Look, it's a watch hat. It's a watch hangout hat. Look.
Okay, lovely.
Oh, hang on, amateur hour. Hang on. Oh.
Did the link
Oh, that's
work
better. Sorry,
at the end of
my
the
fault.
day?
Sorry, missed that. I had two things open. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Look. Watch hangout. Watch hangout.
Yeah, has the link worked finally, or did you use
Yeah,
some
that
trick?
link, the one that's on the comments is it just takes me to my own Streamyard.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm
Okay.
here. I'm ready. I've got reading material if necessary. If we want to talk about reading
Ooh,
material.
yeah.
Ooh,
I
still
was reading the
unread.
same book.
Dodger still has not read this book.
No? Why
It's
not?
no Isaac Asimov, is it? I mean, it's hardly, the last books I ever read was Nelson Mandela's biography, and I used to read the books by Isaac Asimov. That's all I've read in the
It may
last
not
30 years,
surprise you
really.
that probably Nelson Mandela's book is much better than this one.
It is a little bit much better than this one. Yeah,
Yeah, but
absolutely. But look,
yeah,
it's a memento of a time past. Some good times, good memories, good friends.
I mean, it's a fantastic memory of the man that gifted us this special book, and his name is Thomas Burnett, and he
Yes,
was super kind enough to order, I don't
he
know,
was.
10 or 15 of them, and we all
Yeah,
signed
yeah.
that book then when we were in the Bro House. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the House book, and Carly Thomas had paid all that money to obtain the booklets and give us all a copy.
yeah. For me, this is a very valuable memorabilia that will never
Yeah,
leave the
absolutely,
house of Higgins.
absolutely. And if anybody's interested, it's for sale, a signed copy,
A signed copy?
including
You will
Archie.
sell yours?
Oh yes, it's there's everything for sale. You know, there's always a deal to be
How
done.
how can you
Look, I'm in trouble on it. Look,
sell a gift that
I
is
put the
made?
GMT on today, right? But because I've not been able to ring you, I forgot how to set it.
Hmm.
So
Not good,
we'll have to
not
talk.
good.
Like it's not right. Look,
I don't
I
approve.
only know
So
how to set it if I ring you.
we have some clarification from Marcus Mandel. Omega's bond relationship appears to be continuing as a licensing marketing relationship. They haven't disclosed any new information about the upcoming project with the franchise, Higgy. So yeah, we will see how that goes. I have doubts that any other brand is willing to pay nearly as much as Omega was paying. So the odds that Omega remains the watch of James Bond are pretty high. But I think Omega will wait until the main actor is being decided, how that fits with their strategy and so on. So it will be interesting. So far, we don't have a main actor. We don't have a script. I think we have a director already. I read it somewhere, but we didn't know that. Oh, here people are asking how much, Dodger, for the book.
Oh, I know. All offers are accepted. It's same as the everything's up for sale now. It's a big fire sale going on. Yeah, it's all for sale. Everything's for sale.
How about the cats? Are those for sale?
Well, no, not even Archie. I mean, I had a bit of a scare with Archie the cat because I told you he disappeared, and I was really worried. He disappeared for over a day when we came back from the UK, and I was really concerned for Archie. Mind you,
So, so just as a background, Dodger has 7 cats, and
hmm,
his dearest cat, the name is Archie. And when Dodger was in the UK, Archie disappeared, and
yeah,
he fortunately he came back, and yeah, but I think he's still a little bit traumatized, or is he totally okay now?
yeah, he's ever so needy, but it's quite strange. So I was walking around the whole place. It's quite a big place, and I was walking around in the middle of the night shouting, "Archie!" I couldn't believe it. Archie, Archie. The neighbours must think I'm a nutcase or a great Archie fan. Yeah.
And we have another guest, so let us welcome Eddie
Hey
Luxury.
man, can you hear
Hey
me?
Eddie,
Hey man,
we can hear you.
we can hear you, man.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up,
Okay.
man?
Are you playing GT5?
What am I playing?
GT5 or what is that?
No, it's
That-
some new game. I don't even know what it is. Some kind of racing game, man.
Okay.
From what is it called? Le Mans or something.
Well,
Unlimited
the
or something like
Circuit
that.
de Mulsanne is the circuit of Le Mans. So,
They don't have all the tracks on here. I don't like this game that much, man. I don't know. I was
hmm,
just messing around, just looking at it, see what it looks like.
yeah,
They don't have all the track. It's like they mostly have like Le Mans track.
yeah,
They don't have like the Nürburgring is missing. That sucks, man.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Hey Marcus.
Nürburgring is missing. It's shit without Nürburgring. Some of these cars they don't drive right, man. It's kind of difficult to.
So, Danger Will Robinson, you're
Highly
totally wrong.
exciting.
I don't have
Maneuver,
7 cats.
man.
Dodger has 7 cats. I have one
I'm a
cat.
7 cat man.
Yeah, yeah.
7
So
cats.
Dodger is the.
So we've only got 4 days of Tan Streamyard. So we've only got 4 days of Eddie left.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true.
Man, what's
Yeah.
going on, man? What's going on? You gotta talk to me,
Man,
man.
you cancelled in 4 days, man.
Why is it only 4 days? What happens after 4 days, man?
Then Tan's
Streamyard's
StreamYard
dead,
package
man.
will
Yeah.
be out of
Oh
office,
man,
out of order. So
that sucks,
for
man.
No
yeah,
more
that's
Eddie,
true.
man.
That really blows, man.
Hey, Bob and Will.
Oh,
We've got some
Dodger,
great people in the chat.
Dodger Bob, do they have a virtual in-game car wash? That's a good question. Eddie, I heard that that
Oh.
recently you washed your car at 3 o'clock in the morning. Is that true,
I
or is
don't
that?
know, man. I don't know, man.
You don't know? You should know. I mean, I would know if I bought
Sometimes
my car.
depends, man. Depends.
Well,
Depends
you
on the
don't.
My car gets
circumstances.
washed when it rains. I just
Yeah.
wait till it rains and it's washed.
You
I
don't
did a,
garage your car, Dodger. You don't garage.
I
How
don't give a
dare
shit
you?
about cars. I drove back from the airport. It was torrential rain. We got drenched. The car park at Wrocław Airport was just like a foot of water. All our feet got wet. We got drenched. But the car had the most fantastic car wash you could ever imagine driving back up the motorway in torrential rain. I mean, who needs car? Spending your money on car wash is just a waste of money, isn't it?
Bye, Danger Will Robinson, and thanks for your support.
Hey, Danger. Danger Will Robinson goes back a long, long time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Bob.
Danger
I miss
Will
Bob.
Robinson is
Vegas
afraid
Bob.
that the new main actor may be an actress for James Bond. I doubt that that will
Well,
happen.
no, you've got to have,
So
it's got to be, you've got to, spread it about. It's got to be LBQT, QSRT, WXYZ, and yeah, neutral, and they've got to have a like pseudonym and
I think,
stuff. We're living in a different world now.
yeah,
You've got
we
to
do,
move with the
but
times. Move with the
that
times.
would be going too far. That would be just like
Why?
Rolex reintroducing a quartz watch.
What about right? I've got a great screenplay for today's times. Am I
Oh,
okay saying this?
okay, okay.
Um, if we had like James Bond, and normally there's a villain, yeah.
Yeah, that would be
But
me.
instead of the villain getting killed, because you can't have people getting killed. That's
Hmm.
bad. But what if, like, the villain then turns around, and then the final scene is James Bond snogging the villain?
Eddie, I'm gonna mute you. Okay,
Would that work?
say it again. The last
We'd
sentence.
have like have a usual, there's a villain and there's James Bond, but in the end they become best of friends, and last scene there is them both kissing, something.
Hmm.
So it's all nice.
Look,
Or you don't think that would work?
in the last movie, Bond got killed, which is not the first time that he got killed. And then
No,
there
he
was
could
a
get
solution.
resurrected.
But I think kissing and making out with the main villain would push it a little bit. So I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, by the way, I'm not inferring that would be a male. I mean, it could be a female villain.
Oh,
It's
oh,
okay.
okay, 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 okay. Yeah. Well,
I wasn't inferring it would be,
he was
it could
he
be
he was
it could be
kiss.
hetero, it could be whatever.
Well, he was
Yeah,
kissing and making up with a lot of female henchmen, so that's totally possible.
there was one film, wasn't there? I'm trying to think where he did make out with one of the villainous girls. I'm trying to think which film that was.
Well, a lot. I
And something
mean,
did he kill her in the end or something? I don't know.
well, if I remember correctly, he was flirting with the secretary of Blofeld.
Yeah,
In
something like
You
that.
Only Live Twice, and with in Inspector, he had a flirt with Monica Bellucci, who was affiliated to Spectre. So that happened a lot of times. And we have Thomas Burnett here in the house, who just left. Bye bye, Thomas Burnett.
I'm just going to get a drink. I'll be a minute.
Tom,
Thomas, it's all your fault here, this stream. You know that.
no, nothing's Tom's fault. Well, unless you hear Archie's been nasty to all of us, hasn't he? It was just.
Really?
I love Archie, but I don't know what's been happening to him recently. He's got like paranoia and stuff like,
I think
everybody's out to get him. Well, man, I'm not. Tom's not.
I think
So why are we
I
getting
think he
picked
will
on?
tell you that he loves you.
It's all my fault.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It's
all
all
your
Tom's
fault.
fault. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We love
I
Archie.
always get the blame.
We always get the blame. Look,
How's
Tom,
everyone
look,
doing?
thank you, Tom. Thank you for the book.
Oh, you're right, Doctor. How you doing, mate?
Oh, I'm all right, Tom. Yeah, I'm a lot better now. Well, you know what's happened. So. But yeah, I'm
Are
a
you
lot better
drinking
now.
real Coke, Thomas?
I'm drinking Coke Zero.
Okay, okay. I was afraid that this will ruin your diet.
Coke Zero, yeah.
Tom's looking good these days.
And we have the
He
Real
looks better
Perry
every time I
TV
see
here.
him,
Glad
actually.
to see the guys back, and good to see you here in the comments.
Yeah, another name that we got Rodent Mutation. Yeah,
Yeah.
Will
Thomas,
everybody. Yeah.
do you know how
Okay.
I post the Streamyard link on the
Yeah,
bottom?
it works fine on the bottom.
Is it on the bottom?
Yeah, it's pinned.
Is it the right one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
One in the comments wasn't, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one
It sent me
that's
to my
pinned is
own.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Oh,
Okay.
what's
Well,
going on?
Eddie is winning Le Mans or on his way of winning Le Mans. I think that that's a little bit grainy, Eddie. What's wrong with that display? Looks like shit. Oh my God. Somebody overestimated the end of the Mulsanne Strait. So that's going to be tough.
Well, we're all going to sing goodbye to Eddie because, the StreamYard package is dead and it's goodbye to Eddie.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a
Bye,
StreamYard
Eddie.
package, Doctor?
No, I have, but I was going to say if I got one key, like you only get like 30 hours, don't you?
Yeah, 20,
I'm
20.
thinking if you don't mind me connecting, I might do. At the moment, I can't do full time, but if I was to connect, can multiple people connect and just use a single key like the free package?
Yeah, yeah. I
Run a
think
show?
Thomas also has the free package. Or do you have a paid package on StreamYard, Thomas?
We have a free package.
Yeah, so also one key then.
I think it's one or two, maybe.
Yeah, it used to
Yeah,
be
Tom
two
makes it
keys.
work.
When I was running the shows with Swiss, we had two, but then we downgraded to one.
I noticed when that link threw me to my own system, it said, "Oh, there's an offer," but I don't know if I want to pay money to run dungeon shows. I mean, poof, don't you pay money?
Yeah, I was sharing a recommendation link for to fill up the advertisement revenue. However, it's still not monetized. So guys, you can't send super
Well, we
chats.
don't want to do that at the moment, do we? We don't want to do that.
No, definitely not.
So it'd be nice just to run shows like this. Just to have Eddie down in the corner in the
Yeah,
bottom right.
truth
It's
teller.
perfect,
In
isn't it?
theory, that's a good thing. Take up donations to keep StreamYard going. So how can we make donations when we don't
Yeah. When
have
we're not,
super
yeah.
chats? So this is a monetized channel, but I refuse to put my bank details into it because
Same here.
I don't know about German laws, but I don't want to become legally the employer of Eddie, for example. And so
Yeah, there's tax implications, isn't there?
well, tax is not a problem
Well,
because
not just that, but
yeah,
legal ones. But no, I
yeah,
don't want to be Eddie. Love Eddie as I do. I don't want to
yeah.
be his boss.
Yeah, exactly. And if something happens, you probably will get in trouble if you're paying Eddie or if you're receiving money from anything that Eddie or Dodger does. So
Yeah,
yeah,
dodgy could just do anything. Same in Poland, you employ somebody on the black. You get
yeah,
get a local drunk to fix your roof. If he falls off, you're responsible to pay his damages, his hospital bills, and whatever else the rest of your life you've got to pay him.
yeah. You know when when I'll be in Poland, I will look for any possible ally to sue you for damaging my car,
Well, I was
electro.
going to say, if you come to Poland, don't come in your German car because we just steal German cars and just resell them to. We just take them straight to the Ukraine and sell them for half,
Nobody
third of the
wants an
price.
EV in Poland, doesn't he? So
EV is cool, but the devil does the devil's work. The
yeah,
EV is the
look,
devil's work.
maybe people are throwing stones or rotten eggs on my car.
Yeah, as soon as they see you in a German car, what happens is, it's automatically set fire to and
Really?
stoned, and yeah,
Hmm.
it's really terrible.
Okay.
Of course. Oh,
Even
it's like, if you come to Germany in a Polish car, you
yeah.
automatically get stopped by the police and interrogated for 50
So,
hours.
so would it help my case if I had Jamie on the navigator's seat, carrying a British flag with him? How about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and if you had one corner, you had a British flag on one, just screw some holes in the front wings, and they have Polish flag on one side, a British flag on the other, and
Hmm.
then just one German flag on the back. And I think we got it covered. Then we're just multi-culti. It's the way to go.
Eddie is in the lead as far as it looks. Eddie, what do you have here? A GTR or is that a
We've got to play
BMW? I can't
games.
see it properly.
How boring a life do you have to play games on computers?
Okay, it's a GTR. Okay.
Hey, Jonathan, can I share screen?
Oh, of course, of course.
I just wondered, I saw this came to my attention the other day.
You're not gonna make Watch Talk, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. What that? Tom, can you put up some later? Do this bit. But I want to see what he thinks of that Arabic watch you bought. I think it's beautiful. The blue Arabic dial. Anyway, carry on.
So I saw this yesterday somewhere. This came to my attention.
Mhm.
4 watches worth 200 million yen, which is $1.3 million US dollars.
Okay.
Got stolen from a Tokyo shop yesterday. And it made me wonder, is Marcelo up to no good?
Oh, well, I think
Could be
Marcelo
he's got
doesn't own a
another-
shop.
No, but do you
Because-
think his super chat's down and he's turned to a life of crime?
Yeah, it could do. Yeah, he could be stealing these watches. But I think it's an
So
insurance job
4
because those watches ain't
watches.
worth 200 million.
4 watches worth $1.3 million dollars US dollars. What watches do you think they would have been?
Rolex Le Mans.
Do you think Le Mans?
Yes.
All Le Mans.
Do we know which watches have
All
been
Le
stolen?
Mans.
No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. It
no.
just says 2 men wearing black masks and pants use a hammer to smash a display case near the entrance. Snatch watches. They got away on an electric scooter, and according to police, and they remain at large.
Marcelo's nickname was the Hammer. Maybe that's it. Marcelo's nickname was the Hammer, wasn't it?
Hebrew Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
That
nicknamed
was
the
his
Hammer. So
fighting name, yeah.
it could have moved on, instead of StreamYard in streaming.
So
it could
they
be
got
like,
they got them within seconds and made off, and basically these 2 men in Tokyo.
So what really surprises me is that this happened in Tokyo, because Tokyo is considered to be a very very safe city. So that those things happen in Tokyo is a little bit surprising.
It is, isn't it? Very surprising.
Yeah, yeah.
So, sorry, Iggy, could you bring up Rodent Mutations comment?
Which one?
Yeah, the Rodent Mutation, just about 1-4 up.
Ooh, the
Up
plot
there,
thickens.
yeah.
Marcelo.
Yeah, if they found bird shit, it's
The
proof
link
of
is
crime.
pinned, so maybe you make an official statement here about that.
Oh, Marcus Mandel says it was 3 Richard Mille watches and 1 Patek Philippe watch as Google.
Okay, so all of original OC approved brands.
Do any of us can we have a question to the panel? Do any of us here like Richard Mille?
I can't stand them. I wouldn't wear one if you gave one to me. No. I think they're
Jonathan?
awful.
Jonathan, thoughts?
So I think
Mille?
the real Perry has a point. If it was Marcelo, he got locked in the store, and that's probably true. Perry agrees.
Hey, Patrick.
Very safe city. We have AD never calling here. Good to see the dungeon back on and with normal people. Well, I was trying to get around Dodger, but I apologize that we have Dodger on. So
Yeah, because I'm a silly hat brigade.
so
and, yeah,
normal
I know.
people within limits, I would say.
Yeah.
But what do you think of Richard?
question.
What do you think? Back to the question. What do you think of Richard Mille, Jonathan?
Jonathan, yeah, your thoughts.
I mean, it's overpriced crap, particularly when they are using a Vaucher-based movement.
Absolutely.
But I don't have as much hate for Richard Mille like I have for Jacob and Co.
Fair point. Fair point. Jacob the jeweler charging
I wouldn't use the word hate.
15 million for an iced out piece of jewelry.
I think Jacob and Co is probably the most pathetic of those brands that you can think of.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But Richard Mille's a close second. So strangely enough, all three of us, unless somebody else wishes to join the panel, really not that keen on Richard Mille. It's for Formula One drivers who are usually wankers. So
Yeah, Formula One drivers and football players and guys
yeah, football
in the
players and
US. It's called
yeah,
football and not soccer.
yeah, something like that. But you see, in every football match, when there's a substitute, he's always called Hublot. Hublot always comes on as a substitute. So where would Hublot fit in with Richard Mille and Jacob and Co? Where would Hublot sit? Or Hublot?
Thomas, what is your reply?
Thomas. Where would Hublot sit?
People
quite
say
as bad,
they're a wannabe Richard Mille, don't they? But I mean, Jean-Claude Beaver sort of boosted them, didn't he? And got them up and running, really. And again, they're using what movements are they using, Jonathan?
Well, they have their own movement, which is called Unico.
The Unico is their own, isn't it? Yeah.
That is their
Oh,
own.
in that case, wow, I'll shut up because if they've got their own movement, bang.
Yeah, but still, the problem is when I think Thomas made a point, when you're popular among Formula One drivers and football players, that's basically the kiss of death for your watch brand, and so Hublot suffers that, and probably Richard Mille as well. I failed to criticize Hublot because I remember when Hublot was not called Hublot. The watch brand was called MDM, which was then for Montre de Montre, or Watch of the Watches, founded by a nice Italian guy called Carlo Crocco. And he had that vision to put a sports elegant watch on a rubber strap. That was the first watch that was fitted with a rubber strap. And it was very French or Southern European chic. So that was late 1970s, 1980s. It was a different kind of chic, and those watches were cool back then. Unfortunately, then they became a little bit famous and infamous with all the celebrities then spooking them, and that is where the image of MDM or Hublot went down. Oh, we have Buffaris here in the comments.
Buffaris.
Greetings to my good friends, finally normal people to watch. I apologize for letting your daughter on, but in general, you're right, Buffaris.
How you doing, Buffaris, Habibi?
So I didn't know that about Hublot. Now I've got a different perspective. See, this is where I miss this sort of level of conversation where, all these gaps, my lack of knowledge and this learning thing. Yeah.
Well, great. Usually it's boring watch talk. 1 second, I'm going to show you.
Yeah,
what do you think of that Timeless Treasure by Jacob and Co?
Oh, Thomas, come on.
15 million.
Yeah.
Awful, isn't it? I mean, Jacob the jeweler's a crook. He's basically a crook.
Hey, be careful. We're here on a German channel. You can't put out that
Polish. No, we can't call nobody a crook.
So.
Easy.
We can say that Jacob and Co pushing the limits. They're pushing the limits. They are pushing the limits.
They're pushing the limits, but
limits of value. They're pushing the limits of value. Yes.
Yeah. So, I even find the jewelry work not really really fascinating. I mean, when you're looking at a Piaget or when you're looking on a Patek, which is then cluttered with diamonds or Vacheron, it looks great. This is just 47th Street in Manhattan, in my opinion.
Jimmy, there's a little comment which makes me worry. Jimmy HD. So there's no monetization on this, so why you've had to watch ads, I don't know, because we ain't into like money. Well, we are, but not here. But
Yeah, when I set
Um,
this stream up, I agreed with advertisement, although it doesn't go anywhere. I was just playing a little
Oh,
bit with the options. I apologize for that.
sorry,
So,
Jimmy.
no,
so
so
he
it is your fault that
he messed
you've
it up. Yeah,
upset
yeah, I
Jimmy.
admit that, and there is no excuse for it. There is no way around it. So just
So
for
yeah,
the Dodger here, that is
it's
where Hublot
awful.
started. That was the first watch, and the name of the watch was Hublot, and the name of the brand was MDM Genève, Montre de Montre, and that
Right.
was the basic Hublot with the functional screws in the bezel, and it had a very cool rubber strap. Now you say, what can be cool about a rubber strap? So the first thing on the Hublot or MDM rubber strap was that it was scented with vanilla, and it smelled way better than anything rubber back then in the day. The second thing is those rubber straps were enforced where the strap meets the case and where the strap meets the deployment buckle. So it had little metal elements molded in the rubber strap, so that those two little screws didn't really hold the rubber. It held that metal part that was inside of the rubber. So you had to measure carefully the customer out. We had an entire set with all kind of sizes and widths, and so it was a very cool thing to size adjust the particular Hublot watch to the client. By the way, Hublot means porthole, so it was also
Okay.
inspired by a porthole.
That looks like what
Well,
is now the Classic Fusion.
Exactly. It's still called the Classic Fusion, but I still think that MDM logo is so cool and just remembers you back to the
Right.
good days where Hublot was a very much under the radar brand that nobody really knew, with the exception of some Europeans who had a fancy taste in watches.
What
And
sort of era would this be? 80s?
1980s, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I have those watches in mind when I think of Hublot, and I'm a little bit sad that it became so popular in certain circles. But I can't really hate Hublot because of that.
Well, they now sponsor football, don't they? I mean, they
Oh,
do all the
big.
Champions League and
yeah, they all hold up the board saying Hublot's coming on the
yeah,
football
don't they
pitch.
to
It says Hublot.
change it?
Yeah, I apologize, Barry,
When they
for
do a
the
exchange,
loss.
it's Hublot's coming on the. Um, Jonathan, everybody's complaining about these bloody ads.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can change it right now, so I have no idea where I'm entering to remove those ads actually. When you set up a StreamYard
Sorry, guys.
stream, it asks, do you
Yeah.
want to run ads? And I was stupid enough to say yes. So I
Oh.
apologize. I take the blame. I'm the bad guy, so I fucked this. I'm not used
Well,
Sorry.
to
what made you think to I'll put ads on? You don't get
what
any money for it or nothing. What's the
I
point
was
of that?
just trying to
Well,
experiment with some options how that then works out in reality. That was basically it.
that American guy that tickled the dragon when he was messing with a radioactive core. He lifted it up with a screwdriver, held it up until he dropped it, and he irradiated him. Don't mess around with these things, Jonathan. Don't
Yeah,
mess with
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm playful, you know
Don't
that.
play with things. You'll get burned.
So Jimmy calmed down a little bit because of the ads. Just to my
Sorry,
defense,
Jerry.
I selected conservative ads, so it shouldn't be too
What?
much. There were three options, and I used conservative model.
What?
So Darth Negus says Archie's watches are scented, but not by factory, I would guess. So we have Breitling here in the comments. What Jacob, watch owner, said: "I'm okay with losing my
Oh,
hand to a sharp machete," which is
Oh
true.
dear.
Yeah.
well, actually, did you hear the news that there's a guy? He's a very famous, what you call it, fashion guy. He had his Richard Mille cut off his wrist. they actually cut it off his wrist, but cut him as well. Yeah, in the UK, yeah, he came out of a fancy restaurant and he got attacked. And yeah,
Master
they literally
Holtz,
cut the
the
watch off his wrist.
overseer, is that Luxy here? Guys, we don't care who is managing the dungeon, who owns it, who pays for that. Just give us shows. Well, then I suggest that you're running shows, and we will see then what we can write in the comments. Discount is here.
Discount respect us.
And a beer
Sorry,
ad. I
Discount.
mean, that's cool, isn't it? Yeah. Wedding dresses. Well, Darthenegger, that says something about you. I was I was saying that in the past, we are all a little bit paranoid about Google knowing a lot about us and is tailoring all the ads along our search history or whatever we are doing on the net. And I had such a laugh 2 years ago. Everybody knows that I'm into cruises. I love cruising, and I received an ad for a gay cruise, and I was laughing out that loud. And I said, "Well, Google doesn't know me at all."
So why didn't you invite me and Jamie to your cruising? I mean, it brings another word into cruising, cruising, gay cruising.
Well, I don't want you to have all the fun here on those cruises. Yeah.
Lots of wealthy people. The pink pound is worth some money. There's some wealthy people going to be on board.
Actually,
we would probably work some free drinks. If we went on the gay cruise, we'd probably work some free drinks. Seriously.
Actually, people pay a lot of money on for those swinger cruises and for the gay cruises. The prices are crazy, but it must be a little bit difficult to work on that ship when you're basically having 3,000 naked passengers on board.
They have swinger cruises as well.
Yes, swinger cruises. Yeah.
Really? Well, dear. I bet that's a mess.
Thomas, there is a cruise line which is half swingers and half of other perversions, I would say, which is Virgin Cruises by Richard Branson.
Oh,
he has 3 ships, and those ships are notorious for all kind of kinky stuff that happens. I think every cabin has a hangmat, for example, and they have some.
Hangmat? Hang on. Look, I'm old. What's a hangmat?
A hangmat. Hammock.
Oh, a hammock.
Sorry.
What do you do with a hammock?
Well,
like the old ships and the sailors used to lie in.
People are not sleeping in the hammock. Let's put it that way.
Use your imagination, Doctor. Go on.
Well, what do they do with a hammock?
Use your imagination.
Hammocks in cruise ship. No. But what do you do with a hammock in a cruise ship? I mean, they're short on beds.
Well, they are not put on beds. They are on the balcony and they swing back and forth. And that swing back and forth action you can use for other activities. Let's put it
that way. Okay. I'll Google it later.
Yeah.
I'm really, really old. I am old.
But I would say the hammocks are not the worst. What I'm also hearing is all the entertainment, all the shows. You can see a lot of drag queens and a lot of kinky stuff happening on, particularly when the audience is being included in those pieces. So okay. I haven't been on Virgin cruises, but I've seen some videos, and there is a group of reviewers on YouTube which are perfectly fitting, and you can see that they had a lot of fun. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, bring up pickles. I do kinky activities. Bring up pickles. When we were about 20 something, when we were about 25, we had sex in the balcony when we were on holiday in Greece. So I do exciting things.
1 second, pickle. Oh yeah, here. Oh. No activity. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's a dangerous thing if you're having any kind of intercourse on the balcony of a cruise ship, because they have cameras everywhere, and
Really?
and if your neighbors and in the cabin complain, you probably have security knocking on your door.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So
So
they're
they
quite pervy, these people on these ships, the captains, and they must be watching these videos, all these people having sex. Dirty. What they got cameras in the cabin as well where you're
Well,
sleeping.
to their defense, those cameras are mostly there if somebody jumps over the balcony, that they can find out at what time they jumped and where to search then, because it gives a timestamp, and
Yeah.
then they can stop and start searching.
So do a lot of people like go pay a lot of money to go on a cruise and then just decide to jump off it? Is that
Very famous case of a German singer. His name is Daniel Kübelberg. I will bring him up. 1 second.
okay? It's all news to me.
A very weird guy, and he was part of All American Idol, the German version, and I think he made second, if I remember that correctly. 1 second.
Platinum G's Platinum 69's getting a boner from looking at this stuff. I don't blame. I've not got to. But later I'm going to be looking up all this stuff and probably I'll get boned.
I mean, now you
Oh,
understand why I
Dodger.
love cruising, Dodger.
Cruising, yes, cruising.
1 second here. Now I have the picture. Yeah, that is Daniel
Learning a lot
Kübelberg.
tonight.
And he made American
He
Idol,
looks
the
nice.
German version. I think he was second. He had a lot of mental problems also with his identity. Sometimes he dressed up as a drag queen. Sometimes he was singing as a male. I know that a lot of little schoolgirls really liked him because he was very quirky and squeaky.
Right.
So he was quite famous and popular in Germany. And I think 3 or 4 years ago, he jumped from a cruise ship. So
Really?
the cameras saw it. He was heavy on the drugs, and he was screaming and shouting in his cabin. I think security came down once or twice already, and then he jumped over the rail of the cabin. Yeah.
So that's a shame. So, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of young people, I mean, here in Poland as well, a lot of times you hear about young people just, I mean, they're just like creating a permanent solution to what probably is just a temporary problem. In a few years, most things go away. You got the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Why waste it? Why choose the
Well,
permanent solution to your little
apparently,
problem, which is no big deal?
he suffered an identity crisis for most of his life, and it's a sad case. I'm not really mocking him, but those
No,
suicides
no.
happen on cruise ship. That is
But
one
was his identity issue sexual, or did he like
sexual
identify as?
and also business wise, which profession he wanted to choose. He was a very conflicted character, unfortunately.
It's not a big deal. It'd be one thing. He just like when he's a woman, I would suggest he'd shave that beard off. Yeah, because
Yeah,
if he was trying to be a woman, that really would put me off him in a dress with a beard. Apart
yeah.
from that, he'd be okay. He looks quite cute. Like somebody said in the comments, he looks quite cute.
Did you know that most cruise ships have a morgue?
Really?
Yeah.
When people die on
Yes.
board? Oh gosh, that's
Yes, I mean
horrible.
you have
In the toilet in
between
the airplanes, they lock them in the toilet.
yeah, or leave them at the passenger seat. That could also happen. But on a cruise ship, they have a dedicated morgue because
Wow.
usually you have 3,000 to 7,000 passengers, and at a certain age, so statistics will tell you that during those cruises, passengers happen to die, and
Oh, wow.
Especially
yeah,
old ones.
the
Yeah,
morgue
yeah.
is pretty next to the hospital that is on board, and so most of the cruise ships actually have morgues.
So if you think about it, a cruise ship is like full of elderly people.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of disease because you're in an enclosed space. There's all sorts of disease,
Hmm.
airborne diseases going around off the rail. You put your hand on something and then touch your eye, and you've got disease. You've got a flu or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the problems. All these old people suddenly have to exert themselves up and down the stairs. Doing a bit of exercise for once in a life. I can imagine quite a few drop dead. I could just imagine that.
Actually, I will never forget my first cruise, which was my first transatlantic on Queen Mary. So we flew to New York. We stayed there in a hotel. The next morning, we took a bus then from the hotel to the port, and it was super exciting to go on the cruise ship and having a transatlantic ahead of you. Now, the next morning, I was up in the elevator and I wanted to visit the pool. That was my first action on my first sea day. And when the door opened, I saw a man in a wheelchair who was more dead than alive. So he had he had a bottle on his wheelchair with an infusion, and he had a nurse driving him around. And he looked terrible. He looked like he had cancer and probably only a couple of days or weeks to live.
He should have gone on
And
a swingers thing then. He should have
no,
gone
no,
like
no,
if
no,
you got a couple of
that's
weeks to
not a
live.
thing, swingers thing. No,
That
no,
should have
no.
been a swingers
I
cruise.
was genuinely shocked, and that put a little bit of a downer to my excitement to be on that ship. And I was talking to my wife about it, and I told her I'm conflicted if I should feel happy for him or if I should feel sad for him. Sad for him because his health obviously is in such a bad state, but probably happy because maybe he was looking forward to that cruise. And it's
Yeah, yeah.
basically the only thing that you're able to do with that health condition. So
With a nice nurse,
probably
yeah.
this got him some relief or some happiness in
Mm.
his situation. So I had a hard time to decide how I should
Look,
feel
I
for him.
think Jonathan, seriously, choose happiness because look,
Yeah,
he did a cruise. He's got some nice nurse, wheeling him around. I mean, what a way to go. Fantastic. I think the only thing they're missing from cruise ships is crematoria. But actually, like if your passengers drop dead, right, what you could do is like put them in and mix them with the bunker fuel, and actually, as passengers die, they can help the cruise ship move along, by heating the
I think
boiler. Yeah.
I think it will be difficult with the authorities if you're missing passengers on the way. So that
They
may be a
die
little bit.
naturally, but you have a crematoria in the
Yeah,
boiler
okay.
room, and
Yeah.
then the passenger
Mm.
helps the cruise ship. I mean, that's like a bit of green energy because you're not burning oil or anything. You're just burning a human being, and it might just push it a couple of feet. It's genius, genius.
Yeah. No,
I'm
cruise
just
ships
going to
are.
have a quick
You
smoke, and I'll be back because I'm talking too much, and Tom needs to talk.
Thomas, have you ever been on a cruise?
Yeah, I've been only short cruises though. Cruises around the coast of Turkey,
Okay.
from Istanbul to Mersin, which is opposite Cyprus. I've been on a cruise down the Nile from Luxor to Aswan to the Aswan Dam.
Mhm.
I've been on, which take about a week. It's a week-long cruise, so short cruises. But yeah, they're really, really nice. Really nice. They stop off each day at a different place, so
Fuck you, Sir Danny.
we'll see. Danny say.
Danny says, Higgy, you will never be Patek material. But I have to correct you when you're on a cruise for a week. This is not a short cruise. Short cruises are usually from the US to Key West and back within 3 or 4 days. So a week is a normal cruise, I would say.
Right.
So short cruises are really short. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've been on week-long cruises. Really enjoyed them. Really enjoyed them. As I say, you stop off at a different place every day, and really great. Really
You have
great.
your hotel with you, so yeah. your hotel and your restaurant and your theater if the entertainment is good.
No, yeah, there's mild entertainment, sort of maybe a little
Okay.
band or something,
That's
or a bit of a dancer or something, but nothing high profile. Not like you go on the big yacht, big sailing, the huge yachts.
One second, I'm trying to pull up an image. So we discovered recently celebrity cruises. We did our first Trans-Pacific in 2019. So we were unfaithful to Cunard. We were spending a lot of time on Queen.
So when they say celebrity cruises, do you actually get celebrities in the entertainment?
No, it's only called Celebrity Cruises. It used to be a Greek cruise line, and then has been renamed to Celebrity Cruises. There are not really celebrities on board, unfortunately. The only celebrity that you can see is Higgins. So there's so many pictures, but there is no picture of the stage because Celebrity introduced a new class of ships, and they have. Oh, here's the theater. 1 second, pull that up.
Yeah, I've seen some of the photos you sent me. They look huge halls of huge dining halls and entertainment halls and bars and casinos and things like that.
Yeah, they have everything. But what really fascinates us most on Celebrity is this here. That is that is the stage, and this has nothing to do with a normal stage, with a traditional stage. So it's round in the middle. You don't have a curtain or anything, and it's really 360-degree with those big panels that they have in the background, and that's synchronized to the show that is happening on the stage. And those Edge class ships are fantastic in terms of entertainment. By the way, there is also an upper rank there, so you see the lower rank, and you can see the balcony on top.
Yeah,
our favorite seat is always on the upper rank on the left side a little bit. So that is our evening pleasure when we are on Celebrity cruise ships.
So how many people does that seat? It's about 3,000.
I think 1,200 around.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So they are usually running 2 shows in the evening. So there is an early show that accommodates the passengers that are eating late.
Okay.
And then the late show is for the passengers that already had dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Wow.
But those stages are really game changers. You have acrobatics there, and they can also open that curtain and move something out of it. And the most fascinating thing that we experienced was somebody who looked like Phil Collins. He was playing Phil Collins music. He was a drummer like Phil Collins, and it just was exactly like Phil Collins on this stage. And I will never forget that evening.
Was he in the air tonight?
Oh, of course. I mean, if you're having a concert in the
could you feel it calling in the air tonight?
Of course, yeah. And another thing that I will never forget is we had a Scotsman, and his name was, oh my God, a Scotsman, and I just had his name before I said it, but now I forgot. And he was singing. So he was a fast pianist. So he was like
all right, okay,
a Little Richard a little bit and so on. So he made that a traditional piano show, but then at the end of the concert, he was playing Caledonia. And I was in tears when I heard that. And
oh, Jonathan.
No. I'm a little bit sentimental.
Oh, bless you.
No, and but he introduced it really well, and so yeah, that was really fantastic. We have one question which I wanted to address pretty quick here. Pickle asks Higgins thoughts on independence going crazy in price.
Yeah.
Thomas, what do you think?
I think it's the new. People see it as the new direction to go. It's a popular direction for a lot of people who are maybe bored of or want to see the investment crew, that want to discover the latest popular independent, and so the prices have always been the premier independents have always been pretty pricey. I haven't noticed a huge upsurge in prices. You're talking
Well, we are talking about auction prices here.
Right, auction prices are right. Okay, yeah. Well, auctions I don't really take much notice of, but I would imagine, yeah, when people with money get bidding and they want things. I mean, yeah, the bidding wars happen.
Yeah, I see it a little bit differently. So I remember the days when Swiss and I were talking about independence, and basically everybody laughed at us, freaks,
Yeah,
who didn't know about
yeah,
true horology. That has changed now. People realize that many independents are really doing crazy stuff. Then we have another independent coming up every week, and I'm asking myself, is that all sustainable, particularly on those one-man shows where a watchmaker makes everything, including the design? I have my doubts with a couple of watches. Yesterday, I heard a podcast about Dieter Rams, who is one of the most famous industrial designers in Germany, and he put down 10 rules of design, and one rule was a design must be pleasant. And with some of those independent watchmakers who are doing their own watches, I'm asking myself, who the hell thought that this is a good idea, that the watchmaker is designing his own watches? Maybe he should have spent a little bit more money or effort into the design of this watch, because also a watch must be pleasant. Okay, but in general, I think it's a good thing. We have that investment brigade, unfortunately, hunting for the last expensive shit and making a lot of profit on those. I heard that Simon Brett is receiving like 45 emails per day with requests to buy his watches.
really,
And he's producing 24 per year, as far as I know at the moment.
how many emails a day again?
45.
45 emails a day.
And when I was with Recep Recepi, he told me that he's spending such an amount of time to find the right people for his watches, to root out the people who shouldn't get his watches. And sometimes he would be happier to spend that time by creating new watches or to work on his watches.
Remember back in 2023 when I met Simon Brett and we had a FaceTime call with him?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he'd just been nominated for his GPHG award, and he gave me his WhatsApp, and he was sort of like, call me anytime, and he's exploded since then. He's just.
And can I say in all modesty that Swiss and I, we had the first show about Simon Brett before anybody else talked about it.
Yeah.
So we knew that there was something big coming up, and
it was amazing.
Perry remembers when I had the Bernhard Lederer interview via phone when Watch Nicholas was in Geneva. And I interviewed Bernhard Lederer via phone. I was there with the phone because Nick didn't know to ask
Yeah, I
me.
remember Nick
Yeah.
didn't know what to ask, what to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, that's right.
Fair enough. I mean, I have been in the same position.
Hey, Tan, hop on the show
Hi, Tan.
to debunk all those rumors that you revoked your support now that you're the 51st state of the U.S. Welcome to the country, by the way.
51st. Eh? Did you want me
I
to
always
show
thought
that
Canada
watch
was an
that?
extension of
Did you want me
Europe.
to show that watch I showed you?
Yeah,
Don?
absolutely.
Please,
Yeah.
yeah, the one in our group, that beautiful watch. I mean, it's absolutely stunning, that dial. For me, I love it. I love blue, and with the Arabic numerals. And bring it if you can bring it up, please, Tom. Please do.
So
See what Jonathan thinks.
tell me what you think of this, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Well, we had that last. 1 second. 1 second. Why? Oh, I have to remove something else. 1 second. Huh? Oh, I have to remove that image here. Okay, 1 second. And now, okay, here we go.
So this is a Turkish brand called Gurlevik, and it came across my path
Can't
of
see. Can you drop it down a bit?
interest. Yeah, came across my path of interest, and it's called the Dome One. I'll just make it so I can see it in full. Oh,
Yeah.
just bear. I'm trying to get
That's
it so that just bear with me.
Yeah, Thomas fighting.
Right, that's
I'm trying to get rid of this blue, the blue bit at the top.
Stop it. You had it. Stop. Okay. Yep, stop. Hold it.
Right, so it's $599. And I managed to get one used on eBay for $250. They've not been out long, but this is called the Dome, and it's inspired by the Turkish what was the Turkish Hagia Sophia in Turkey, which was an Greek Orthodox church. Then when the Romans became a Catholic church. Then when Rome fell, it became a mosque in the Ottoman Empire. Then it became a museum in 1935, and now, unfortunately, due to Erdogan, it's become a mosque again. Because it was beautiful when it was a museum, but in 2020 it became a mosque again. But it's got a lot of these designs of these. It's a mother of pearl dial, and you can barely tell the time on it. It's got these silvered hands which look black on here, but it's got this Eastern Arabic dial numerals. And I just loved it. I really liked it. I was really taken by it. Having been to Turkey 15 times, I just loved it straight away. Give me your breakdown of it then, Higgins. You're gonna laugh at it, are you?
No. I said it last Saturday when you were showing this watch on the Escapement show. I appreciate the craftsmanship. Back then, I didn't know that it's a mother of pearl dial, but it just doesn't catch me. This kind of pattern is too oriental for my taste, being a very stubborn Orthodox German. So I can't connect with this kind of design. So I'm out with that. But I appreciate your connection with it, and that it brings memories and everything. And that's all about watches. I mean, how does it matter to you what I think of that watch? Main thing is you're having fun with it.
What do the chat think of that watch? And do they think it's damn ugly, or do they think it's?
We have here.
Some saying it's cool, some saying it's not their cup of tea. And that's the beauty of our hobby, isn't it?
It's
You know,
it's
for
also
some
it's
people,
automatic
maybe it's not their cup of
JHR.
tea, but for other people, it is their cup of tea. It's like strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an automatic watch. I don't know what movement it uses. A Turkish built movement, I believe. Or maybe probably a Miyota. Yeah, look width is 20 mil. It's a 39 mil diameter.
Good size.
So here, JHR approves with it. He likes the dial.
Well, it's just different. It's just a lot different, you know.
Somebody likes your shirt. Is that Dior, Thomas?
No, I'll tell you who belongs to the shirt. The shirt is, if you just
You'll have to take it off to find out. Read the
the
label.
shirt is a turntable from a record player. It's a cartridge, and it's from DJ Cuba, from the original Scratch Pickles. It's his
Oh yeah.
his logo for his
What is it? A cricket or?
turntable TV. He calls it the Beetle.
Okay.
The Beetle. So it's just a. So it's a head shell off a record player. So
So
if I just take mine off my record player.
So JHR is asking, can you see the movement on your watch?
Yeah, it's got an exhibition case back.
Okay. And you say it's a Miyota. Yeah? I have to correct your master.
So if you see that, it's one of those on my t-shirt.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So it's a head shell.
Head shell from a record player.
Yeah. What is that? Shure or Autophone? No, it's
This
Shure.
one's a Shure one here. Shure M44-7. It's the one that all the scratchers use.
Oh, okay.
All the
Yeah, young people don't know.
It's the best one for scratching with.
Yeah, young people don't know those from Shure. They only know the streamer microphones from Shure, but they have no idea what Shure made in the 1980s.
So that's the best for that's the best one you can get for scratching with. Better than Autophone, better than Stanton, better than yeah, that's the best cartridge you can get for scratching with.
Fantastic. Here we have a statement where I don't agree with Eastern world invented watches. To brush it off as not your taste is amateur. As far as I know, the Germans invented the pocket watches. When we're going back to solar watches, then you probably may be true, but the pocket watch was certainly invented in Nuremberg. And to brush it off as not your taste, I mean, it's an Eastern Oriental motif on that dial. I think it's fair to say it's not my taste. Doesn't have anything to do with me being amateur. I'm just honest. It's not my thing.
So are there any other watches you're hunting at the moment, JQH?
Yes, I'm hunting one particular model, and I missed out on three. The first one was sold when I discovered it. The second one I was haggling too much, and the third one sold too quick. So, but I'm not going to say which one it is, because usually when when I'm saying I'm hunting after a certain watch, then prices are going up. What I really would like to have is a blue dial IWC Ingenieur.
Ah,
Present one.
really? Right, nice.
I'm still waiting for a good discount. Tan had one with a good discount, but it sold too quick.
I'll show you a couple that I'm lusting after at the moment. I'm desperately lusting after a Tudor Submariner, a 9411/0,
Mhm.
and I want a birth year one from the 70s. This is a 1982 model,
Mhm.
but I want a birth year one. So for me, the Tudor Submariner is better than the Rolex Submariner. Just because it's with the Marine National tie-in and the military tie-in with it was used a lot by the military. I know that there's the Mill Sub was used a lot by the military, but that's astronomical prices. You're talking 85,000 quid for 100,000 quid for one of those, and totally unobtainium. But a 9411 or a 9401, which is a no date, I just find these really nice. Well, it's gone even smaller, so there's no point doing that.
So
Yeah.
I remember when I started selling watches, we had Rolex and we had Tudor, and Tudor didn't sell at all.
Really?
Back then, the concept of Tudor was taking genuine Rolex bracelets, genuine Rolex cases,
Yeah.
and slap an ETA movement inside. And those were very cheap, a third of the price of a Rolex Submariner probably. And nobody wanted them. And I was looking down on them, and I just find it absolutely interesting how the interest for those spiked up. And I agree with you that they're probably a truer tool watch compared to a Rolex, because it has a pretty simple movement, which is very easy to maintain, and you get spare parts for them, contrary to Rolex watches. So I find it interesting, the shift of interest in those watches. Well deserved, by the way. I totally love them, particularly the Submariner. And yeah, it's a good thing that sometimes our tastes change.
But it's just £10,000 for a used Tudor sub is the same price as a new Rolex Submariner.
Yeah, Submariner.
So that's the price I'm going to have to pay. I love the ghosted bezels, I love the blue bezels, and it was the first, if I'm right, the 9411 was the first Tudor sub to use the snowflake hand in the 70s.
That I don't know. I still remember it had a Rolex crown. It also, did it have a Rolex crown also on the clasp, or does it have a Tudor logo?
It has a Tudor. Some of them have Rolex, some of them have Tudor. I think it was the first one to use a Tudor clasp, though. It's in later iterations.
Yeah, because from
the snowflake hand came. The snowflake hand came first on this one.
Yeah, and the patinated dial, somebody called the patina on my GMT Master a diarrhea patina, which is probably a little bit over the top.
This one's very patinated, this one.
Yeah, and JHR says drilled lux, yes.
Yeah.
That, to me, is an indicator for a true tool watch when it has drilled lux.
Yeah.
Because not only you have the drilled lux, the spring bars basically are different. When you have drilled lux, you have spring bars that are as long as the lux size, while when you don't have drilled lux, the spring bar must be shorter, and therefore the thin part of the spring bar is a little bit more exposed to the bracelet. So I would say the spring bars, the fixed spring bars for the drilled lugs are more reliable, more sturdy than the other ones.
Yeah, and you can easier to change your straps to NATO straps or to
Yeah.
pass-through straps or leather straps or other ones.
I hope Tudor Pelly would.
He hopes the Tudor Pelagos would do
Yeah.
do that one day with drilled lugs.
Yeah, the problem is they all went luxury, even Tudor, when you compare it to those simple tool watches. So different times.
So that's one I'm lusting after.
Mhm.
I'll bring up another one, which is the Omega 165.024.
Oh, sorry.
The Seamaster 300. Now, you can see these ones at the top.
Yeah.
These were issued to the Royal Navy,
Mhm.
and the price reflects that. £16,000, £25,000, one here for £85,000 because it was issued to the Royal Navy.
Do they have fixed bars?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So those top three, the one on the top left, second left, and the one on the top right, which is £85,000, which is ridiculous money. But that's the insurance value. I've seen ones, the 25. I've seen one for £40,000, and he says he'll provide an insurance value quote for £80,000. So, but you can get them for £4, like this one here. I just love the sword hands. I love the. This is when Omega, when they went messing around with James Bond franchises and
Yeah,
but
I
the
remember in the 2000 that was a big topic because apparently Omega had thousands of cases of this particular watch laying around, and people were then collecting spare parts and then couple them together.
Well, there's Watchco, the famous Australian company who used to get new old stock
Yeah.
parts and assemble new versions.
Yeah.
But you're looking at around £5,000 for a decent one.
It's crazy. I remember when there was those cobbled watches were $1,200.
Really?
Yeah.
So £4,000 to £5,000 to £6,000 you're looking at. The ones with the big triangle, which were issued to the military, go for a bit more. But beautiful watches.
Would you pay 5,000-6,000 for such a watch?
I'd have to.
So you're ready to pay that money?
I don't have the money, but I would save for one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love them. I think they're beautiful.
Well, that is the proper Seamaster 300.
Yeah, that's a real proper Seamaster 300.
JDMTL is calculating in Canadian dollars. So
that's
guys,
the Tudor. The Tudor is from 10,000. That's 15 to 17,000 Canadian.
So guys, if you have a 1982 Tudor Submariner for cheap, contact Thomas Burnett.
Well, to find a 70s one, it costs even more. So, yeah. So last up, I'm absolutely in love with this as well, which is the JLC Master Control date. No,
That looks a
that's
little bit like a Railmaster.
it's a sector dial. Yeah, it's a bit like the Omega CK859 that came out.
No, that is a nice watch. I've always loved these watches. This particular JLC actually, it's just perfect, on the leather strap, and it's so clear. You can just read it immediately. You don't have to think
Yeah,
about it.
syringe hands, and
Yeah, I
it's
know.
so legible, isn't it, Dodger?
Yeah, it is just most watches. None of my Rolexes can I read properly. That watch, always looks at JLC and thought, oh,
How
it's a
about a
beautiful.
pair of
JLC
glasses,
makes some
Dodger?
wonderful watches. Yeah, well, I've got these magnifying glasses on, yeah, but I'm too lazy to wear them all of the time. But this is the watch I can wear all of the time and actually read the time. So
Does the
all the
watch have
others
a
I've got, I can't read without glasses anymore.
display case back, Thomas?
Yes, it does. Yeah,
All right.
Ah, there
Okay.
we go.
Wow. Is that gold?
yeah, gold rosa.
Right. But the movement looks a lot smaller than the case, so they've increased the case size and left the movement. It's obviously a bit of a trick 'cause fashion has gone to big watches, but is that what they've done as well? Is sort of, had a little movement but made a fatter case so it's fashionable.
I just think it's beautiful. I think the price for it is great as well. It's what
How
um
much is it? Wow.
$5,700, which is £4,100.
What for that? Open case back, gold rotor. Yeah, that's that's good value.
Very good value, isn't it? That
Yes.
So, Thomas, I have a question for you now that we're talking field watches. 1 second. Have you heard of this watch?
Lang.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. An old liner, an old liner, an old Langenhain.
Yeah.
Um,
Has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with them.
So,
No,
so
tell me
Lang,
about them.
Gerd Rüdiger Lang is an entrepreneur who started with Chronoswiss. That was his invention. And Gerd Rüdiger Lang at some point sold Chronoswiss and he made his own field watch. And I think it's absolutely outstanding what he did here.
How
Unfortunately,
much is he selling that for?
I think he was selling it for 4,000 euros. Lastly, it was also a vintage movement. Here you can see some Chronoswiss watches, and that is the
Right.
movement here. And yeah, it's a
Nice.
Marvin 700, and it's super slim and absolutely pretty in my opinion.
Nice level of finishing. I mean, yeah, a little bit of finishing.
So it's classic sort of Dirty Dozen sort of style field watch,
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
very much. Yeah. 1 second, let's see if we have a price here. Yeah, under 4,000 it says. Unfortunately, Mr. Lang died 2 years after the watch was introduced, but they're
All
still
right.
selling it, as far as I know. And I'm a big fan of this particular watch. With a Fume dial. Not much excitement for you from you guys.
It looks
What do you mean
nice,
excitement?
I must say.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know about the dark 'cause it looks a bit washed out with the sun, that's been
Well, that
faded.
is a
I know
Fumida.
that's a fashion, but the washed out bit in the middle for me,
Mm.
I don't mind a sunburst dial, a nice sunburst green or whatever, but that just looks like it's been overly tanned in the sun, it's sort of washed out a little bit, but that's just personal
You
taste.
guys are tough.
But again, I like the layout of the dial. It's readable, and it's got a
And
case.
and people think of the Higgy narrative that he only knows Lange. Has nothing to do with it.
No, they don't know you. That's the point. They don't know. Don't know what you know.
Pure coincidence. I have nothing to do with Lange.
Hey, I'm trying to outdo Eddie flying.
You can see the auxiliary um, turbine on the rear. So the 747 has 5 engines, not 4.
It's boring.
So Pickles is asking, is there any price point which you guys wouldn't buy it? Like a Dufour, is there a limit where you guys go, it's a watch over mill, or so?
Absolutely. I mean, my benchmark, my peak is about 10,000 because I just cannot afford anything above that. So
I think the answer to the question is if we were billionaires,
if we're billionaires, if money was an
it would be
object, I
different.
mean, if
Yeah.
money was no, if I won Euro Millions tomorrow, I'd be out there buying everything I could.
Me too.
Yeah, but I keep on saying, for example, Patek Nautilus in steel is not a $120,000 watch. It is
Not at
a
all. No.
$5,000 watch, and the rest is speculation and gambling.
Yeah.
So I draw the line. I find if we are talking about prices being justified, yes, you could say when you have two bidders in an auction bidding against each other, that's the market. I personally find it ridiculous because some of those independents went so over the top. And why did they go over the top? Because all the speculator armada have discovered those independents now for being a financial tool, and that is not something that should happen with a watch, in my opinion. So let them pay the premiums. It can't go always up. I saw Hoovy from Hoovy Garage saying that now Ferrari F50s are among $16 million, I think, and some years ago they were 3. And he says that can't continue. This car won't be a $50 million car at some point. So at some point somebody takes a bath. And probably the same happens with those $1 million watches. As much as I appreciate Philippe Dufour, but in my opinion, simplicity for $1 million is just insanity.
Yeah, it's obscene, isn't it? It is an obscene amount of money. I mean, it's got there because of the hype of the auctions, like we were discussing before. The people upbidding. It's like Harry Talainen. I mean, his watches a couple of years ago were affordable. I say affordable. I mean 70,000, 80,000. Now you're talking. It's growing and growing, and you're talking with wait lists of 8-9 years for his watches. You're talking 100 and double that.
Have you heard of the story why Philippe Dufour stopped producing watches for other brands, but then decided to make his own brand?
No, I met Philippe Dufour, the HCI awards.
So the story goes, he was producing, I think, 6 Grand Complication pocket watches for AP. Grand Complication, which means a minute repeater, perpetual calendar, and also I think split second chronograph. And he made 6 of them. And the AP reps, they didn't treat those watches with a lot of respect. I think one came back which was damaged by a rep who let it fall down. And when the second came back, because one of the AP reps smashed the pocket watch in a car door, he was so mad how AP were treating his watches that he said, I'm going to stop making watches for you. I'm now doing my own brand.
Right.
Forbin is asking a very good question here. Do silicon parts change your opinion about a watch? Patek and their idea of tradition.
Well, Forbin's a big viewer of what Charles say, Bill Sanders, and he gets a lot of this from Bill Sanders, I believe. So for me, it's just the advancement of time and technology, and where companies choose to go. I mean, with regards to replacing parts and servicing and replacement of parts. I mean, Breguet, they use silicon now in my watch. I've got Patek, yes. You see a lot of brands on the silicon bandwagon now, a lot of mainstream brands. I think it's just I'm trying to phrase it. I'll try and phrase it, and you say your part, Jonathan.
So I'm very conflicted, but silicon is not a game changer. I mean, the use of CAC machines has been going on now for the last decades. And you could say, what does that have to do with horology? A watchmaker being on his bench and drilling holes and filing out movement parts, bridges, and so on. And now everything can be done with a CNC machine. So if we are holier than thou, probably even Philippe Dufour can't reach those standards, because as far as I know, he's not filing his own movement bridges. He gets them done somewhere, if I know that correctly. I don't think that he makes his own bridges and drills out the holes there. So yeah, if we are really fundamental, this traditional watchmaking has long been gone, and probably you have to search in the 1980s before AP made that tourbillon, which was groundbreaking back then, the automatic tourbillon with that solar god motive. And that was the first wristwatch tourbillon other than Lemania, because they could do electronically etched metal parts. So they were micro eroding the tourbillon cage for this watch. That was basically the downfall and the starting of the sinful use of high-tech methods and materials to produce watches. And silicon is just another chapter in this episode, in my opinion. Now, so far, the use of silicon, now that you're talking about, has been a niche. So AP had those advanced technologies in some of their watches. Breguet started it. Ulysse Nardin was at the forefront of using this material, and others. But it has been quite exotic and not mainstream. And in my opinion, the game changer was when Rolex made that new escapement in the Land Dweller. And it tells me Rolex looked really deep into that and was considering all those philosophical questions, is that still traditional horology or is that high tech? And which way do we want to go? The fact that Rolex has introduced that in the Land Dweller shows me that this is the future and this won't stop. And Rolex replied this question, this is the future. This is along our philosophy of watchmaking, and I think we will see more of that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's times they do a change, and it's just a progression of moving from.
Now, a good question is, will that make traditional watchmaking, now watches made in the 2000, before silicon parts were invented, probably more valuable, just like car enthusiasts are now looking back to combustion engine cars because they don't want to have hybrid or electric cars? Will that be the next big thing when collectors realize, oh, those watches are traditional watchmaking. We don't want any silicon stuff. Those are limited because they're not being produced anymore. So that could be probably the next big thing. What do you think of that?
I think a lot of independent watchmakers will still use traditional metal,
Yeah.
steel, and they'll still use steel hairsprings, and
yeah,
etc.
I know that Anders and Genève will will continue doing that.
Yeah.
Recepi probably won't do it. So the very high-end watchmakers won't do it. But mainstream, I think we will see a lot more silicon parts. Omega
Yeah.
started their hairspring in silicon, and yeah, we will see that coming more and more. But thanks for the question. Very interesting question, and I think we can't give a definite answer to that. How my feelings are about it, I don't know. I don't feel good about those silicon parts, but I really would like to have a Land Dweller because, in my opinion, it's just such a revolutionary thing. It's absolutely fascinating what Rolex shelled out there against their usual strategy of putting a toe in the water and being very careful. They made something really revolutionary there. Yeah, Jay Gray joined us. He was complaining about 2 commercials. Yes, I fucked that up. Sorry, Jay Gray. We're not making money out of that. That goes to YouTube. I was clicking the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Just one for Rodent Mutation. He mentioned the. Sorry, do you want to carry on with Forbin's comment?
Yeah, just one thing. Quality and its longevity would be my primary concern of alternative material. I think silicon parts in particular, they are not showing as much wear as steel parts do. So probably those would be much longer lasting than traditional watch parts, particularly in the escapements. What do you think of that?
I think also, yeah, in the escapement, with the hairspring, not being
Yeah.
metal. There's also magnetism that doesn't come into play. So I believe it's a step forward, using a non. Some people say, oh, if it's a non-steel, hairspring, oh, if it's non-steel, oh, that's just blasphemy. But
Yeah.
it's a good step forward because all these magnets that are around, all these super magnets that are around us just affect the watches, and it's just one thing out of the way. It's one less problem.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Dodger. I mean, before we had Faraday cages wrapping around in the middle gauss
Exactly.
and
Yeah, the
watches like
Milgauss.
that,
Yeah, but that's
and
not a problem now. You
no
don't need a
problem now.
Milgauss
No, it's
because
no problem.
yeah, it's no problem now
You can
because
have watches up to
hairspring is a metal.
15,000 gauss with which just use a silicon hairspring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, you could argue
So I think that's a
in the old
positive thing.
times we had a tourbillon, and now we're having a quartz movement. So how far do you go in technical progress?
Yeah, I guess.
I think as long as for me, I love quartz because you can't beat quartz. I love my Casio Mud Master. It's absolutely precise to the second. Every night it talks its way to this little transmitter that tells it to update its time in the middle of the night, and it does that perfectly. keeps perfect time. But there's still, I find, a beauty in mechanical watches now. We're not all the parts. There could be wooden parts in a mechanical watch, but it's still something that's engineered. It's not electronic. It's something that has moving parts within it, and for me that's a special part of wristwatches, the mechanical end of it. You know the putting together, the design. All the work, the workmanship in terms of finish, the effort that goes into it. That's important. But yes, I like my Mud Master. If I want a perfect timepiece, I've got my Mud Master, my Casio. I love my Casio. But I still love the fact that I have piece of engineering on my wrist, because I've always been involved in engineering in my life, one way or the other. And for me, watchmaking at that level and at that scale, for me, is perfection.
Thomas,
The-
you had one question that I should pull up. Which one do you mean?
No, I was just going to say rodent mutation when I was talking about the JLC. He mentioned this watch, the Raymond Wheel Melissa Me.
1 second.
And I saw this when it first came out at Watches and Wonders in 2023, I believe, or 2020. I believe it was 2023. And it's a great watch, but it's not doing well. It's tanked in price,
Totally, yeah.
down from £2,000 to 1,770, 1,170, £780, 40% off. Lovely little piece, though. GPHG 2023 Challenge Watch Prize.
What's the movement? The 7001?
The movement is.
Oh no, it's a Selita probably. So it's ETA.
Yeah, I would imagine it's a Sleater.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I spoke with the representative from Raymond Wheel, and he showed me the full range. They do chronographs, and it's a lovely sector dialer watch, I think. Great for the price. Raymond Wheel get a bit of a bad rap because of the old watches that they did in the past. I think, a bit like Rado, they did a few ceramic watches and stuff like that.
But they always were good in doing those classic lines. So I remember Raymond Weil always had some nice classic pieces that are very often overlooked. Yes.
One of the first nice watches I had, Mrs. Dodge bought me a Raymond Weil in about 1980, 81. And it was a I wish I still I don't know what happened to it. It's just disappeared. It's one of those things that disappeared out of my life. But I had a gold Raymond Weil. It's a beautiful sort of square dial sort of thing. It was really, really nice and really classy.
And by the
Really
way,
liked it.
Mr. Raymond Weil is a real person who founded that watch
Really?
company. I'm not sure if he's still alive, but when I was active in the watch business, he was still active in the company. Yes.
Right, interesting.
Not sure if his family is now owning the company or if it has been sold in the meantime. But at some point, Mr. Raymond Weil was very active with his partner, Mrs. Simone Bédard, and this is how I started to know Raymond Weil, because her son was the very, very high manager there, and Christian Bédard then started his own watch brand, and I talked a lot with Christian Bédard.
So this is a watch retailer, a secondary watch dealer retailer in London that I've discovered, which I'm going to go and visit, called Falco Watches, and they do share screen. Yeah, they do a lot of vintage. They do modern watches as well. But I was browsing through their vintage page, and they're They've gone this IWC Aqua Timer, which is £6,000, which I quite like the style of, sort of 70s style. They've got an Audemars Piguet Cobra.
Yeah.
My God, what do you think of the Cobra, Jonathan?
10 years ago, it was considered to be an ugly piece of shit, but people are starting to discover the beauty of it, and actually, I really like it. I think it's a timeless design, and some of them I like more than the ellipse with the golden bracelet, actually, because
Yeah.
it's so integrated and so floating.
It's nice, isn't it? I like it. The way the bracelet is really truly integrated
Yeah.
is really nice. I think it's
I also like that IWC that you showed here. The white gold Da Vinci is significant, and the funny thing is, when I started,
Is that a Kurt Klaus?
Yeah, Kurt Klaus perpetual calendar, and this was one of the bangers when I started selling watches, because this was one of the only perpetual calendars back then, pretty new, a revolutionary display of the year, between 7 and 8, and nobody really knew what a 7750 is. So this particular watch is based on a 7750. Nobody cared because
Really?
usually a perpetual calendar was not combined with a chronograph. So we had to explain the customers the functions of a perpetual calendar and combined that with a chronograph for
Moon
cheaper than
phase.
an AP perpetual calendar.
Yeah, what's
that
this one
was
going for?
Hmm?
£10,000. This
Yeah.
one got £10,500.
It's a bargain.
Well, you can get the yellow gold even cheaper now.
The yellow gold is £12,000.
Well, but that is a split second. That is a rattrapante.
Oh, really? Wow.
The yellow gold, yes.
Oh, split second one's even
Yeah,
cooler.
that is a Habring split second.
It's using a Habring movement.
Well, the Habring modification was done for IWC.
Really? Was
Yeah,
that done by Richard Habring?
That is how they made the money to start their own brand. They started.
Really?
Yeah,
How interesting.
They started to do that split second. I think it started in the Doppelchronograph in the Pilot watch before the Da Vinci got it. But I may be wrong. Maybe it was the other way around. But Habring were designing this module for the split second. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so they got those. They got some of the usual,
Omega
suspects.
Seamaster 300. Now that we're talking about it.
Say again.
The Omega Seamaster 300. That
Yeah,
for
it's a lot of money.
£10,000.
That one. This is supposedly a blueberry. I don't know what a blueberry version is. I presume that's something to do with the bezel.
Yeah, probably has a blue bezel. Looks like it. Yeah.
It's an expensive one. They've got just take my a few Rolex, nice JLC Sea Shark Valdru 72 chronograph. Nice Omega Ranchero on the right there. This one I found interesting. This Frank Muller retro chronograph.
Well, I think that's also a Valju based, but then the retrograde has been then designed by him.
Crazy. I mean, we all associate Frank Muller with tonneau cases, and I've never seen anything like this from Frank Muller.
How big is that? What's the diameter?
It's 41 mil.
Okay, and how thick? Does it say?
Thick.
Can we see a profile pic of the watch? Ah, here. Yeah.
Trying to find a.
Oh, it's okay for a 7750. Have you seen the picture of Frank Müller in the Sven Andersen workshop when you've been there?
No.
There is a picture in the workshop with Sven Andersen and Frank Müller.
Really?
He was an apprentice. Sven told me that that the idea, Frank Müller idea of that Curvex watch came from a Cartier watch that they were modifying, and Sven and Frank Müller were calling that that Curvex watch the banana. They called it the banana. They were marking on it, and that is how Frank Müller had the idea to use this case shape then for his famous watches.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, his Zenith. I always wish Zenith would bring out a diver, and they've tried to bring out some revival divers.
Yeah, but
This is the kind of diver I'd like them to bring out.
Isn't that
That's
a little
nice.
bit
I do like
oversized on
that.
the bezel and the
It
case?
is oversized. It's an oversized chronograph. Yeah, it's 44 mil this one, but a slimmed down version of this without the chronograph, I think would be a great diver.
That's
Maybe
the only
with a
busy
different,
dial
maybe
I
with a
actually
different
like.
bracelet as well. So, Dodger?
It's the only sort of busy dial that I like. That's a beautiful watch. Were you, Tom? Were you with me when we met Sven Andersen in Switzerland?
Yes, and yeah, last year.
Yeah. That was
Oh
interesting.
no, we met Alex. I have met Sven Andersen at the AHCI show though.
Interesting guy, but this is a lovely watch. For me.
There is
So they
one
normally like busy dials, but
temporary.
that's an interesting busy dial. I'll just hide that. I hate. Is it just me? I just hate the Monaco. I just can't. Or any kind of Monaco styley watch.
Don't let Mr. GMT hear that.
Just I just don't get it. It's like you're wearing like a picture that you'd have on the wall on your hand, and it's like no. I don't know. It's just me. Yeah.
I quite like this Omega Big Blue.
Very nice.
But then again, that's not for everyone. That's 44 mil again.
Big watch. What year was that?
1972. This one.
Have you been to the shop or
God,
only watching
I was
them
just a
online?
kid.
No, I'm watching them online. I'm going to go to the shop, I think.
Do you know the Zenith Captain?
Captain, yeah, JCB's got one of those, yeah.
I find that one absolutely beautiful. 1 second, I'm trying to find a picture.
Which one?
Thomas, I'm taking your screen for a second.
Sure.
You don't offer this. Which one you say is absolutely beautiful? I missed that.
That is Zenith Captain. How do we like that? Dodger doesn't like it. Dodger is not approving.
You can't give me a chance. You're flashing through the pictures, and I can't even see the dial. And it's nothing that reminds me. You see, when I was young in the 60s, everybody, all the old soldiers, after the war, they all had watches like this. and all the old, British ones with, with the stamp, the British Army. These very much remind me of, the old boys, my father's generation and that back in the 60s. They all had watches very similar to this.
Dodger, you're breaking my heart. And then Chili Badger, the nasty troll as well. Oh, Jonathan is here. The world was perfect for a minute.
Chili burger.
Okay. Thomas, I apologize.
No problem.
removing
No
myself.
problem.
You wanted to show us more watches.
No. That was about it, really. There was one more, which was
Yeah.
just a Girard Perregaux Rattrapant, which looks interesting, but Girard Perregaux have a lot of history, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see the movement.
Don't know whether they're going to show us the movement. It's
Close
thick.
case back.
Solid case back. Yeah. Too flat white for me, I'm afraid.
Because interesting was, I remember one year in Basel where the big discussion was ETA is not supplying third-party companies anymore with chronograph movements. And the year after, it's Girard Perregaux had their in-house chronograph movement, which was a big step. And Girard Perregaux were among the first who had their own in-house movements. It was an automatic movement, three-hander, and also a chronograph, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And I was very impressed by Girard Perregaux back then, that they achieved this before all the other brands came up with their own movements.
Actually, I've just changed my mind because this angle, it's a beautiful watch. Flat on, I wasn't that impressed, but yeah, it's a nice watch.
I've muted Eddie. We have here sounds from the cockpit.
Oh, God.
Oh, Milgauss 1019, beautiful. I love it.
But that's expensive.
That is expensive, £20,000.
When I was selling Rolex, with a hand on my heart, of the old Milgauss, we didn't have a single one in our store. And I don't remember selling any one of that. The hype then started with the new series, but those old, nobody wanted them, nobody asked for them. They were in the catalog every year, and we didn't sell a single piece, and
Really?
nobody asked for a single piece. And then suddenly they took off.
See, in Germany,
Wow.
I would have thought they would have taken off because, see engineers watch, and
Yeah.
Germany's just full of engineers. So I thought if any watch in Germany would sell, it would be this, all
The
you guys
IW
working on your cars,
Yeah.
your ABB, or your engineering companies. Every engineer would want to wear one of these on his wrist.
The IWC engineer was relatively successful, but the Rolex Milgauss was not in demand in Germany. Yeah.
Right.
If they do bring back the Milgauss, I'd love them to bring it back like this.
Yeah.
Like the 1019.
No fancy stuff.
No Harry Potter lightning bolt second hand. No fancy like coloured glass. Just a nice. Those hands are lovely, I think. Really nice.
Is it the old days of the tritium?
That is not an elegant watch or the luxury watch. That is a tool watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it does a job. No fluted bezel, just a round flat bezel. Reminds me of
Yeah,
my Datejust 16013, but yeah, difference is it's not on a Jubilee and it's not got a fluted bezel, but it's just plain white, does the job. Oof.
people don't realize that those dials, for example, they had to be made out of anti-magnetic material, so you couldn't use brass just like with a normal dial. So the dial was part of that anti-magnetic casing, so it had to be made out of soft iron.
I thought brass was anti-magnetic.
As far as I know, not.
I'll have to Google that.
So they made them out as a sapphire dial, really?
No, not sapphire, soft iron. Soft
Oh,
iron.
soft iron,
So
right?
it was an iron alloy, not
Right, okay.
with a high content of iron, and also very heavy.
Phoenician Cedar, do you reckon they'll release a red meal girls for Mike the Snake? Chingo!
Jingo!
Chingo!
I remember that thing. I love Mike the Snake.
Girls! Red meal girls!
Oh,
I like it. I like Mike the Snake with all the dropouts and stuff like that. I mean, it's he has lived a life that that we wouldn't have survived, all of this. So with his brain, he has those dropouts, but that makes the man. And I can't hate on Mike the Snake. I find him a very unique character, very lovable character. I really like him.
he's a nice guy. I spent hours, hundreds of hours, literally with Mike. But
Yeah.
anyway, Higgy, brass is anti-magnetic. It's made out of copper and zinc. They're both anti-magnetic.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure the dial is
it's not
not
often
made
I
out
can
of
point
brass.
something out to you.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I've fallen out of love with the Submariner, but the 5513 is considered
Mm.
the classic, isn't it?
oh dear, we're having another 5513 discussion
What sort of
here.
money are they, though? They must be worth a fortune.
Slippery.
What's the money on that?
To me, it seems that it's reloomed, if I'm honest. I don't like the loom on
That's
that.
10,000. That looks reloomed, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's
That's
too white.
too
Yeah,
too
It'd
white
be
and
yellow,
clean,
wouldn't it?
isn't it?
And also too puffy. I was making that comment on Chris's watch where he was so proud that they repainted it with the vintage loom material. You can see that. It's just not like the old
Well,
factory.
what's the sort of money on that watch? Kind of,
10,000 apparently. Which is also an indicator that the dial is not original.
Oh, this is the watch you were going for. The
that's the right colour.
Yeah. But it has the
That's
small
the right
crown,
colour.
Thomas.
really?
Small crown and not matching hands, I would say.
Chop the
This is
nubs
what
off.
is this what you were turning your Kermit into? With
Well,
the
the
drop-
Kermit,
Yeah.
Kermit also has a big dial. It has a trip lock, a crown.
Yeah,
So-
but you were trying to turn yours into a 6536, were you?
No, 3.8. Big crown.
Oh right, 6538.
Get it right,
Right.
Tom. 1 minute.
Pre-bond this one.
Mhm. Actually, at one point I had a 5508, which is also without crown guards. I remember it was 2,000 Deutschmarks, 1,000 US dollars back then. That must have been in the 1990s. And I gave it to the watchmaker and asked him, should I get this watch or not? And he told me, why would you buy this old crap? For the same price, you could get a modern Submariner with your stuff discount. So why are you even interested in this old crap? And I followed his advice, and I didn't buy the non-crown guard Submariner. To my regret today.
Jonathan, can I ask you a question? Because
Yeah.
you always it seems as if you've almost lost your love for Rolex and you've moved on to other, maybe higher, better things.
Hmm.
Is that true? If it is true, then what made you move on from, being, a collector of, vintage old Rolex and having fun there?
very complex question to reply to. In general, yes,
Yeah.
I moved on because I discovered finer watchmaking that Rolex has to offer. Now,
Yeah.
I developed a kind of dislike for modern Rolex when Rolex went luxury. And in my opinion, Rolex went luxury when they introduced the white gold frames for the lume on their watches. That for me is the defining moment where Rolex left the path from a proper tool watch to a luxury watch.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
on a tool watch, you don't need any decorative framing for the lume. So in my opinion, that is the turning point. And I have a deep love for all the watches from the tool watch area. Is it a GMT or a Submariner or a chronograph Daytona or whatever? So I have high respect for those vintage Rolexes when Rolex was really producing proper tool watches. With the modern watches, I have a problem because they are blingy luxury items, and many people don't understand where Rolex is coming from. But I'm old-fashioned, and I'm probably glorifying the past too much.
What do you think to these
Those are
so-called
glorious past.
tropical dials? Do you think they're a bit of a mess, or do you think they're...
Tropical dial is a very slippery slope
It
because
is, isn't it?
tropical dial is basically shot color. And
Yeah.
the question is the color shot because of sunlight? And in my experience, 98% of all the tropical watches did not tarnish or fade by natural sunlight, but by any kind of manipulation. Sorry, that's
All
that's how I
fakes,
see
are you
it.
Really?
saying? Mate, the majority are fakes. Okay.
Yes,
Doesn't surprise
Chili Badger says tropical sunburn to death. But how many watches have been really been sunburned and not baked in an oven or something like that? That is my question. How realistic is it that even in a very sunny climate, people are wearing those watches in brutal sunlight for 10 hours a day over the period of 30 years? How realistic is that scenario?
Well, I mean,
Well,
this watch
potentially.
this watch is like 70 years old, 72
Mm.
years old. It's 954, so I mean, got to give it that.
That looks like an honest tropic because it's not uniformly. It's only in the middle faded and around the batons. Do I find it attractive? Not really, if I'm
No.
honest. Yeah, Forbin says Bear Clooney calls it damaged, and there is there is some point. It's a fine line between total damaged and tropical.
Do you think there's a spot of water leakage also involved in creating a
Well, yeah,
tropical
could be
dial?
also, yeah. Chili Badger says no tropical dials found in the wild in the UK because of the lack of sunlight, I guess. Well, dials can be aged with lots of UV lights. Yes, they can, but they can also be aged by water or humidity inside of the watch. So it's a very fine line. And then we have one thing that I never understood are spider dials. I don't get the love for spider
Cracked,
dials.
the cracked styles,
Cracked clear coating on a dial. How anybody in his right mind could find that attractive is not comprehensible for me. But hey, it's your watch.
For me,
Yeah.
the whole place is just the impossible place for me. I just don't understand that, that part of the market at all.
And
Why
we have
somebody would
Gary
be
in the
that
house.
interested in.
Isn't Gary older than me? I don't know. He looks at least older than me. And we have another guest here. Let's welcome Bear
Good to
Clooney.
see you, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Good afternoon. I am Bear Clooney's official super clone watch supplier. You want to buy fake watch?
Shit, HR.
Oh.
Good evening.
You want to buy fake watch? I am officially Bear Clooney's fake watch supplier. What would you like?
I will buy all fake watch that you have. You just supply, I will pay. I have customers everywhere in Eastern Europe. I can ship
Okay.
these things. You just supply, I will buy. Yeah, any
Mis-
quantity.
Mr. Dodger,
Excellent.
do you have Russian ruble?
Yes, I have Russian ruble. I have contact within Russia. I have Russian family. I have all contacts. You just do deal. Yeah, you tell me what you have. You tell me price. I will ship
Okay,
to
HR,
Mr.
I have a
Dodger,
question to you.
Ruski. Nie ma
Are you still
problemu.
Mr.
HR?
Hold
Are
on,
you
hold
still
on.
having those shitty stickers on your shitty Submariner?
Mr. Dodger, and I will come to you, Jonathan Quayle
Yes,
Higgins.
sir.
Let me show you a sample of the fake goods.
This is very
What?
good fake.
About
This
your
is what this is
HR.
100% fake you buy from this is top class fake.
One second.
Mr. Higgins,
Full screen.
We don't
because I
care
want to-
about
full
your.
screen.
I
We
want
don't
to-
Mr.
I
care
want to
Higgins,
about
see
your
the
comment on
bluesy
stickers.
fake
HR.
watch.
What do you
It's
think? It
perfect.
look real. What do you
Looks
think?
very real to me.
Why can't I
Which
full screen him?
my
It's a
fa-
bluesy. So what? It's a Submariner. It's a two-tone
My-
Submariner. So what?
my favorite boxer is Klitschko because I'm Russian and I will give Berkluni and whatever
No,
what you
Klitschko
want.
Ukrainian. Hey, Klitschko Ukrainian. Ruski had the Ukrainian. Klitschko. They don't like the Klitschko. Klitschko Ukrainian politician. Yes.
Oh
Oh,
yes,
this is
yes.
very. No, this is a very naughty face of somebody with the willy mouth.
Yeah, can you please change your
not very
avatar?
nice.
So Jonathan Hale
It's
Higgins,
Can you change your avatar or I have to kick you out?
you ask me
This
question.
is
What do you
okay.
ask?
This is okay.
Are you still having the stickers on your bluesy?
Mr. Jonathan, I never have stickers on Bluesy. Look, no stickers. No stickers.
Well, the camera is too bad, so but I
He
can
has
see
no
some
stickers.
scratches.
He has no stickers.
No stickers. Look, no stickers. Look,
This
no
is very
stickers.
nice. What you send it to Dodger will pay you £200. £200.
£200.
Dodger will sell to Russian.
Oh.
Russian will buy for £5,000.
Hey, Dodger, one question. What is wrong with Mr. Thomas? He, no likey Bluesy? You know likey
Thomas,
Bluesy?
okay, but you have taste.
He likes
I
So
don't
rolling
mind it, but I don't mind the bluesy HR. It's just I get bored of this shtick with you just rolling your wrist saying, "Oh, bluesy, bluesy, bluesy," as if
Well,
it's
Thomas,
the best thing on
Thomas,
earth.
I give you Bluesy. Why are you sneaky?
Because I'm not that impressed with
Thomas
it.
like the bumblebee. He don't like your bluesy. He likes
No,
Dodger.
no.
Dodger has bumblebee.
No.
Thomas,
Thomas like
I'm
Bum
your
Bum
bored of
Bum.
it.
bluesy.
I'm bored of it.
Thomas
I'm
like
bored
my
of it.
bumblebee.
I'm
Mr.
No,
Thomas,
your
Mr.
bluesy no
Thomas,
good here.
Mr.
Bluesy
Thomas,
no good change. No good money.
Mr.
No good money.
Mr. Thomas, you know what you like? You like Bum fun. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Oh,
Oh, really?
very funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, HR, you've been fun. You've been funny on other streams, I must say. What's wrong with you today? Are you depressed? Did you fire somebody?
He's selling bluesy.
Wait, let me get back in character. Well, I tried to sell Mr. Berkluni Super Clone watch and he no buy. He says he has all watches, but that is lie. He does not have Oysterflex Daytona Haribo.
It's called Oysterflex, not Oysterfex.
Oysterflex. Well, I am Russian Rinsky, okay? I cannot pronounce properly.
Okay, so when are you getting your training wheels off your bluesy and getting a real gold one?
When Daddy dies.
Okay.
Yeah, you need a solid gold dance, I'm afraid. Like Uzi, you need. HR, you're gonna go full solid gold there. That's the only way on.
So no. So listen, what I'm going to get, I'm going to get.
Dancer. You
No.
are the solid gold dancer.
No, Dodger, I'm going to get the Day Date 40. Fuck the Submariner, big boy. Day Date 40, big boy. What do you think of that, Thomas, with your red head?
Day Date 40. I wouldn't go the 40. I'd just go for the classic Day Date.
No, listen.
I think
Listen, do you really
I'll
think?
go solid gold 36 Sopranos.
No.
The Day 40
For me,
is
36.
perfectly
I'm aboard
to your character.
1988. 36 millimeter.
Thomas, do you listen? Do you really think Drake would wear a 40 mil? No, he wears. No. He doesn't wear 36 mil. He wears a 40
give a
mil.
shit what Drake wears.
Why? Well, don't talk about.
I'm not into hype influencers.
Don't talk
I
about
think-
why are you berating the chosen people? He's Jewish.
HR.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
40 Day Date is totally in character. You look like a jerk when you're wearing it, so well done.
Thank you. So I'm going to get the 40. What do you think, Jonathan Howell Quiggins the third?
Yeah.
The 40 is too big. I agree with Jonathan.
Particularly with your undersized wrist. I mean,
How is the
this
40
is
too
even too
big?
big for you.
This is a 41.
Yeah, 40
This
is
is
too big
perfect.
for your wrist.
It's too big for you.
This is perfect,
Yeah,
big boy.
it's too
Look,
big.
there's no overhang.
Can you see the lugs hanging out over your wrist here?
How many,
No, they're not hanging
HR,
out.
how many inches? How many
I
inches
don't
of wrist have
know.
you got?
I don't know.
Measure it for us. Take measure. I think you've only got
This is
6.5
perfect.
inches there. 5.5
Listen,
maybe.
listen, ABC, when we met up in person in Birmingham, he saw it and he said it's lovely. It's a perfect fit. What do you think about that, Jonathan Howell Quiggins, your fucking chosen one?
Chosen one? Okay. Yeah.
All right, listen, I've got to go and have a cider with the wife. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Enjoy cider.
Thanks
Enjoy
for
cider.
passing by and enjoy. Yeah. Okay.
It wouldn't be the same without HR passing by with a bluesy.
Wasn't that
It wouldn't be a dungeon show.
unfunniest appearances of him ever? Probably. I'm not sure.
You know, it's a dungeon
Jimmy
here,
Badger
so
says something good
lots of
here.
funny things happen.
36mm girl, 40mm bigger girl.
Oh,
Take that in.
I've got a 36mm date just, and I bought that in 1988, and I love it, and I think it fits Morris perfectly.
Hey, for the first time, Jay
If I'm a
Grace
girl, I'm a
agrees with
girl.
me. Yeah.
Where's Eddie? Has he crashed? Hang on, where's Eddie gone?
I don't
Has
know.
he crashed a plane?
Yeah, probably yes. We
We
don't know.
lost contact. He's crashed.
Jonathan, what do you think to this growing trend of companies using old value movements and charging extortionate prices for them?
You answered your own question.
And share screen.
Yeah, I did already.
Oh, did you? Yeah, so we've got Singer doing this Valtru 72. We've had Bremont with a GPHG competing watch doing a Valtru 23 for £25,000. This one for £25,000 as well. What do you think to that?
I think it's a lovely movement.
The movement is nice. I wonder where all those Valju 72s are coming from all of a sudden. Have they been buried just like the El Primero movements, or where do they come from? That is my main question.
I think if we're going to talk about Valju, we need to talk to Tim Wright. We ought to get him involved in it.
Shots fired.
Oh, shots fired, don't you?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Rufus says way too much money. That watch is like 35,000 US, or how much is that?
It's US. It is. Let's have a look. There's a gold one. There's a steel one, and it is. $45,000 in gold, Swiss francs, or 23,000 in steel, Swiss francs.
Somebody says, "Send Eddie some money, please, man." I
He's crashed a plane in his hospital bills paying for because he crashed a
ticker
plane.
for Eddie's Ko-Fi in comments.
So you think those renewed value movements are just too much?
I'm a little bit annoyed by Singer that they're using Valju at the moment, because they use those beautiful
Aschengraph. They were using the Aschengraph, weren't they?
And I don't get it why they are shifting to Valju 72. If I remember correctly, Valju 72 is the same like the old Rolex Daytona, isn't it?
Yeah, the Valju 88 was used. The Valju 88 was used in the Paul Newman.
Okay. But I think in the laters it was 72. But
was it right?
Yeah. So it's probably the same movement. So yeah, it's nice, but then I don't know.
Oh, well done, Jimmy. Spotted that. I wondered who spot that.
What is with Jimmy? Oh, yeah, well spotted.
Spotted.
Doctor in Concord.
The Dodger in Concord.
He's just trying to outdo Eddie.
Is
That,
that
really, that doesn't look like that is a Concorde, yeah.
That is a Concorde, yeah.
That is a Concorde.
And contrary to Eddie, it didn't crash.
What's that?
No, I didn't crash it.
It didn't crash when Dodger was flying the Concorde.
What'd you say?
Aren't you crashing now and then, Eddie?
Am I what?
crashing?
Crashing with the plane. Sometimes.
No, I try not to, man. I learned
You
that.
try not to. Yeah.
You know, the Concorde, it's a supersonic airplane, man. You know,
Of
they
course you
have
know.
the thing with the supersonic airplane, its center of gravity is constantly shifting because of
The fuel moves from wing to wing. Yeah, you have to shift the fuel.
because
The beauty of Concorde is just to the right there, the panel, there's a button. It's called Auto Land. You press that button, you let go of everything, and it just lands.
No, I don't know about all that, man.
So any old Dodger can fly it.
I know that plane has like different sections, and they have fuel tanks all over the plane, right? And then when the fuel tanks become empty, they have to pump the fuel.
Yeah, they pump it from
The
one
front
wing to the other, but yeah, it's in right.
Yeah, so that
But isn't that the case with a normal plane as well?
Well, normal planes, yeah, that too. They have automatic system. This one is more, it's like you have to constantly.
Well, the
watch
plane
it.
was made in the 1960s, so yeah.
Yeah, you have to watch. You have to watch because it'll change its center of gravity. It has to be, it'll try to slip from underneath you, man. You gotta always manage the weight distribution inside the plane, man. So that way it's always there's equilibrium on the frame.
Have you ever actually flown, Eddie?
No, on a simulator, not a real plane.
Right.
Simulator.
How did you go to Mexico?
I was on an airplane, but
Yeah.
I was not a pilot. I was a passenger.
You were not actively flying. Okay.
I was a passenger, man.
Would you like to learn how to fly?
Sure, man. I mean, I could fly. I already, I've put in a lot of time into simulation, but I don't have money for a real airplane, man. Or all the legal stuff required. It's not easy, man. It's pretty dangerous.
What about like Mike the Snake? Would he get into model airplanes?
I have a model airplane. I actually do have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've flown it a couple of times. It's a UMX Beast. It's a 3D biplane. It has two wings. It's pretty good. It does like aerobatic maneuvers. You can fly upside down. I've done all that. It's pretty straightforward.
Understand Russians and Germans about.
It's a pretty cool. I crashed it a couple of times too, though.
Can your model plane also reach 500 miles per hour?
No, it doesn't go that fast. No, it's not like that. It's a biplane, man. It has two wings. Like the famous biplane, the Red Baron used to fly it.
Isn't that a triplane?
No, I don't know. Yeah, they have triplanes as well.
Yeah.
I've flown it in the simulator triplane. It's very stable. Like the wings, like try to take. As soon as it basically flies itself, you don't have to trim it or anything. Like those older planes, they were perfect. They were balanced and everything. Model airplane. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Eddie, what happened to you doing your shows from the house?
I don't know, man. I can do them. I can do shows from the house.
On the computer, bringing up pages on the computer.
Yeah, definitely. I'm at home now, man. Yeah.
You went through a phase of going out, didn't you? And just doing them on the phone, driving all the time, and
yeah, I like to be in the house, but it's dangerous to be out, man. A lot of crazy motherfuckers out, man. There's a lot of crazy people out, man. Hey, I was hanging out with these guys yesterday. They were showing me the Mercedes. You want to see? I think I have a video. It was a C63.
Right,
Yeah,
AMG.
yeah. He's got like a 2 turbo motor in there, and I think he modified the intake pipes and stuff like that because they didn't look stock. They didn't look like stock.
Was it not enough power, the 63?
I don't know. I don't know what he did. I think he bought it like that, but like it looks like there's some pipes. He changed the intake pipes and the intake air breathers, right? So like
Yeah.
to the turbos, it doesn't have an intercooler, so I don't know. It's supposed to. I mean, it's a good car. It's pretty solid. But you know what I noticed on those? Like I seen an ML. It was a GLE 43 AMG, right? It was a smaller motor than a 63. And what's interesting was I checked the guy pulled the dipstick out, and the dipstick was dry, and the car didn't tell. The car wasn't even saying anything about adding oil or anything like that. I know on my car, if like it's low 1 quart, it'll tell you. It'll say, hey, you're running low on. You got 1 quart. You need to add a quart on the next fill up. It usually warns you, and tells you.
You know what? You know how we call that?
What's that?
German humor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, cars. The oil inside the engine, when certain components get hot, it'll vaporize the oil. It gets hot and it'll vaporize and turn to vapor, and then it'll go through the PCV and then breathe and then burn it in the combustion chamber. And then a lot of these cars now they got direct injection, and you got to clean the intake valves on those because they don't have they don't have nothing to spray the intake valves clean.
Here, Tan says Eddie is in Kiev and his microphone is in Moscow.
Dodger.
I think Dodger went
That's
out
my
for
16013. That's my first Rolex, my 16013. There's a picture of my 16013 on my 7.5 inch. That's just perfect.
I was gonna ask you, Dodger, what's the Pikachu update?
Oh, well, the truth is, look, Mr. Higgins was with me when I purchased the said watch, and it's a grail. For me. I absolutely adore it, but I'm too scared to be honest. It's out of my league. You say yours is 10K, mine's probably not that far different, but that what paid 27K, but they're up to like 40K now because you can't buy them at 27K. So, and I'm too scared to wear it.
Yeah.
And the point is, I need a new car. I'm looking to moving back to the UK, and I'm thinking, really, I'm too scared to wear it. I'd just sell it and just like concentrate on like that watch you bought. Sensible watches. Yeah, what I call sensible watches. It's just too much. It needs to go. It needs to go. I love it. It's beautiful, but
Yeah.
I'm a little bit
Hey, Dodger, I was going to ask you, man. You're a pilot, right?
No.
I wouldn't call myself a pilot. I'm a attemptee at being a pilot. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever went to training, like formal pilot training or anything like that?
I've flown because I've had access to aircraft. I've flown aircraft.
Have you
I can land, but I can actually take off better than I can land. Somebody at last moment usually has to take over when I try and land something. Put it that way.
And we have a new guest. Is that Danny?
Guten Tag!
Dobry wieczór.
Guys, I have to go now. I have to go before the obligatory Lange question comes.
Hey, Hickey, why is Lange so much inferior to Patek?
I wasn't going to ask you that. I was going to ask you why you shaved your Submariner down.
Dodger, I was going to ask you, man, have you ever experienced spatial disorientation while flying in the airplane? spatial disorientation.
So
Iggy, what the
she did-
fuck have you done to this dungeon?
What have I done? What have I done?
Because when I watch it, right, every so often there's adverts coming on live.
Yeah, he
What
fucked
have you
it
done?
up.
I did that particularly to piss you off.
Yeah,
fucked it
I'm
up.
unsubscribing. Fuck this. I'll give-
You wouldn't.
He
You wouldn't
fucked
do
up
that
for this,
to us.
like, for this stream. For this stream, he ticked the advert button.
I'm experimenting here with new ways of financing the
Even
dungeon.
though nobody gets the money from the advert.
Yeah.
I'll give 300 quid for dungeon. Iggy.
You're not a Lange material. We found that out already.
That's correct. I'll never be land game material. I'm a protect men myself.
Patek, man? Since
No,
when?
I'm not even one of them. I don't even know one, but I'd like to own one.
Yeah, I was gonna say like spatial disorientation, man. It's a dangerous thing. Man. That's when
Danny's
Oh, yeah. I ain't even got mine back yet.
Danny, did you ever suffer spatial disorientation?
What's that? When you're pissed? When you're drunk?
Probably yes. I was about to say Dodger is as much as a pilot as he is able to navigate to his toilet.
No, what's called spatial disorientation is like when your body, the vestibular system, and it tells you that it's telling you your orientation of direction, which is up, down, left, right. It's telling you like everything is different than what it is. You have to look at the instruments because the instruments will tell you.
That sounds like cheat code for Sonic the Hedgehog. Up, down, left, right.
Like, you feel like
Level select.
Certain conditions will make you feel like up is down, man, or like stuff like that, and then you people would react, and then they try to they fly into the clouds and they can't see up and down, they can't see the horizon, and they'll think
we have special greetings from Aaron to Thomas.
Hi, Aaron.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I didn't know she was from Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
Anyway, man. Yeah, man. Spatial disorientation is real, man. You gotta fucking be careful, man.
Iggy, talking of pilots, you know what I got offered the other day for 26.5 grand? That Patek Philippe, that pilot watch.
Oh, that ugly pilot watch? Oh my god.
Yeah,
where the dispute is if Zenith was first or Patek, you mean that?
Well, I don't know that much about that.
Casio is the best pilot watch.
26.5 grand. And it's what? It's 46 list. So I don't think that was a bad price.
Yeah, I think Patek really grabbed out in the toilet with that. But that is my personal opinion.
I don't like it either. I was just telling you I got offered it.
Okay.
The best pilot watch is a quartz Casio, man.
Well, it probably lasts longer than all others. A Casio. A G-Shock. I've put G-Shock cases.
G-Shock is good, man. I had a G-Shock one time that was fast, man. It was a digital watch, but it was running really fast.
Did you hack it?
No, man. It was someone was running with a crystal or something. It was tuned improperly cut.
Eddie.
What's that?
I got these cheeseburgers, man.
Yeah, man.
Eddie, did you get any cash apps in the last half hour since I had the ticker?
You need to actually post the link in the chat because people can't be bothered to type that out.
Yeah, probably yes. Eddie, type your cash app in the comments.
So, yeah, have you cut any watches to bits lately, or have you learned your lesson?
Whom are you asking?
I'm saying, have you cut any of your watches up lately, or have you learned your lesson now? Have you stopped cutting them?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Have you stopped grinding them down and chopping them to bits?
No grinding necessary, but I bought a modified watch recently. But I showed it already, so I'm probably boring you because I know that you're kind of a stalker of myself. So I know that you're watching all my shows. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to post
Oh, fucking flatter yourself, Iggy. I'm going to watch a show
you know
over there.
this one?
What the fuck's that? Where have you got that from? Sunday Market? A Corum.
That is a Corum, and it's based on a coin from 1913. And they modified the coin. They put little diamonds in the stars, and they put those enamel fields around the.
That's a pretty cool watch, man.
Corum have done some funky watches. Did you ever see that Rolls Royce one they did?
Oh yeah, I love it.
And it's got the grill. I once had I got rid of it a few years ago. What were it called? The Jolly Roger. Did you ever see that one?
The bubble?
Yeah, I had one of them.
Yeah, the downfall of Corum started with the bubble. That was very, very popular at some point. But it was a too modern thing. Before that, Corum was really niche, with a lot of craftsmanship and really some very interesting design ideas. I like, for example, the Golden Bridge was a fantastic watch. Also, I love the Admiral's Cup. What people don't know is those flags represent numbers. So people say, oh, what does it say on the dial? Well, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's that easy. And if you look at 11, there are 2 flags that have the same pattern. So it's 1 and 1, apparently.
So,
hey, you remember that watch that used to talk, man, from the 80s? So you press the button and it would tell you the time, like it would talk.
Sorry,
Digital
I don't
watch.
understand.
That was a cool watch, man. Like you press the button and it tells you the time. Like you don't have to.
I've got a speak and spell that tells you to,
because I had with them, Thomas.
teaches you how to speak, and I haven't got a watch that tells me the time, speaks the time.
That's pretty cool, man. They got apps I think on the phone that they will tell you the time, like they read you the time.
So yeah, Higgins, what do you think to this? Hurricane will send $50 to Eddie if you can strike a deal to start streaming again with him.
So I start a stream for Eddie or with Eddie?
With Eddie, I think.
With Eddie. So
start streaming with Eddie.
If I'm honest, it's now 10:30 here in Germany. It's way past my bedtime.
Oh,
so maybe tomorrow, but I'm not gonna start a stream with Eddie later on, just because it's my bedtime and I have to go. I need my beauty sleep, you know.
Beauty sleep is needed.
Yeah, definitely. Watch Apprentice is.
But I think this kind of Eddie stream that we've had today has been absolutely perfect. Don't you agree? I mean, this is just perfect.
Well, he didn't make money
by our side. No, but maybe Tan can help him.
No, but Tan, I'm happy to do that. But Eddie must respond. I mean, I offered him.
Man, I'm gonna be going on a trip soon, man. I'm gonna be going to Mexico, man.
When?
Like soon. I don't know exactly when, but soon. And then I'll do the stream with them in Mexico, man.
Are you going with Lisa?
Well, no, I can't. I wanted to, she doesn't have her document. Like, she doesn't have, like, her ID. She's got to go and get all that, man. One day we'll go, man, with her, man. But I don't know, when that's going to be. But soon, I'm going to go maybe with my mom and, we'll see.
So Forbin is making a comment. At Eddie, Higgs has James Bond's ticker tape from The Spy Who Loved Me, and that is true. That is a Seiko 0674 5009 watch, and that is the famous ticker tape watch from.
Yeah, I remember that movie, man. That was in Moonraker.
No, that was The Spy Who Loved Me. Moonraker didn't have the ticker tape.
You remember he had that bomb thing on his watch where you blow up like the door and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was in Moonraker.
And then you can like pull out like the cord and then put it on something and then press the button on the watch.
Yes, of course. That is the Seiko M354 5010. That was the reference.
Yeah, you remember that one where he had like a Rolex and it was like a spinning thing where you could cut stuff with the bezel?
Come on, Eddie. Do you remember the one where he had that Aston Martin with the ejector seat? Come on. ask a little bit more difficult questions here.
That would have Tiger 1000 one, the ejector seat one.
Why do you need an ejector seat?
A night diver.
Why do you need an ejector seat in the car?
Do you remember the man with the bowler hat that used to cut people's heads off?
Do you remember when Higgins shaved lugs off his watch?
They used to have a weird Toyota. Didn't they? You remember seeing that Toyota? Man, like they had like this thing on there where it would make like the seatbelt would come on automatically. It would like you ever seen those in the '80s? They had those seatbelts that would come from the window. You know what I'm talking about? And then it had some kind of thing where you could pull like for escape or something like that. It was like weird. I was in a weird car, man. Like the best car I was in. I'm gonna tell you the best car. The best car is the Honda Civic from the '80s, like the hatchback with the stick shift.
That's the best car you can think of,
That's
Eddie.
the best car. I'm telling you, man. That's the best car you could fucking be in.
The Honda Civic from the
It
80s.
feels so good, man. It's like a 2-door Honda Civic hatchback with a stick shift from the '80s, the small one. That was the best car, man.
Danny, why don't you play piano here on the dungeon?
Sorry. I had to do that. Here is the Seiko with a ticker tape.
It wasn't real though. That's not a real like ticker tape.
It was
They
a
just
real
pulled
ticker
it-
tape, of course.
No, they just pulled it out through the hole or something.
Yeah, but it was a real ticker tape. That they pulled
Big
out.
deal. Yeah, I can get emails on my fucking Apple Watch.
Have you ever received one of me from me? Danny, you cunt!
The Honda Civic with the VTEC is like. You ever remember that?
Sounds like a fart a little bit.
No, the VTEC would turn on. It'd be like you know at 3,000 or like 2,000 RPM, the VTEC would kick in. It hit the gas, it was like it changes the timing.
Iggy, are you a fan of Breitling?
Man.
Eddie needs a streaming mentor, Danny. I nominate Palwy. I haven't seen him for a while, Palwy, actually.
Yeah, where's Palve?
He might be just taking a break or something.
What if you take? What happens to the Breitling emergency when you pull out the antenna? What do you do?
Well, you're in big shit, or you're in big
Well,
trouble.
that's it. Your antenna is fucked. Then you can't put it back.
Nothing if it's old one because transmission signals changed. It's
Well,
out. Call.
It just dies out. The battery dies. Then you have to like rip off.
If it's the older one, the signals have changed.
It's
doesn't work anymore. the old
121
one.
megahertz, and then the new one is like 400 something megahertz.
But I really like the concept, and they made a limited edition in white ceramic or white coated steel, which looks like a panda, and that's absolutely outstanding. But it's too big for.
It's a big bastard.
Oh yeah.
That's a cool watch, man.
I just bought that other day, but
What is that? That's a
Breitling.
it's the Sky Racer Raven. I've put a different.
It
What
looks,
level?
good, man. It looks really good, man. It looks really good.
Eddie, I got these
cool. I like
cheeseburgers, man.
Really good watch. I like the numerals. I like the on the dial. It's pretty.
I think that's just a fake Breitling. Breitling needs to have those riders on the bezel. So, Danny, you fucked it up.
I don't know.
They're only on the Avengers and the Chronomats, aren't they? I think.
Exactly.
Breitling
Yes.
is okay. I like Breitling. I think Breitling is pretty cool. Breitling is. I like all of them are actually pretty nice.
That's actually the first non-Rolex watch that I see on Danny.
I've got all sorts, Iggy, but I do favour Rolex because it suits me. They take a good beating, don't they? So
Yeah, you probably frequent other streams that I'm watching, so probably you showed other watches on other streams.
How come everybody wants a Rolex? Man?
Well, it's just like everybody wants a Mercedes.
everyone wants a big cock, Eddie. But you can't have that.
Yeah. There's so many watches that look like a Submariner, and some of them are good, man. What's the point of?
Yeah, ABC. We asked Eddie to put his cash app in the chat, but he's not doing it. So Eddie, you're free
I'll do
to put your cash app in the comments.
So Iggy, why have you done this? So fucking adverts come on every 5 minutes on Dungeon.
Because I'm an idiot.
It was a mistake. It was an idiot.
I was just playing around with the option when I started that stream, because usually I'm on a cheap Streamyard only with one key, and I don't have those features. And basically, it was just like I'm ordering a car. You know, I click on all the options, and that is what I did with that Streamyard. So yeah.
What do you think of that? Higgy, well, you seen that Mercedes with they've got the IWC like bullshit clock on the dashboard?
Yeah, AMGs.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I found it cool. I found also that IWC AMG cool. I had that watch. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too big for me.
Why does it have to be IWC? Why couldn't they just make a regular clock without any, just?
I think it was a cool thing, and it benefited both brands.
I think it's like it's just ads, man. More ads, like they're trying to like sell you the watch, instead of because Mercedes they just had a regular clock. It didn't matter what it was.
I think AMG and IWC were more matching than Breitling and Bentley, if I'm honest.
Right, but I mean, like, why does it have to be an IWC? That's the whole thing, man. That's the whole thing. What is the point? Why does IWC partnering with Mercedes?
I don't know.
Why can't they just have a regular watch, like built into like a clock built into the car, and then just leave it at that, like whatever, just a digital clock?
Do you know who started those collaborations with car clocks and branded clocks?
Was it Gégé Lecoultre?
No.
I know they used to make instruments for like automobiles back in the day. And they used to have Gégé Lecoultre made like speedometers and shit like that.
No. Citroen?
No.
I don't give a shit. My iPad's on 4%.
I will give you a hint.
Rolls Royce?
No. Mark Goldberg would be delighted, and I'm going to show it to you.
What's that? Cartier in
Lincoln.
A car, but that's
Lincoln,
not a real Cartier.
Cartier dash clock in a Lincoln.
But that's not a real Cartier.
In a Lincoln.
That's not a real Cartier.
It's real. It's real.
A plastic fucking one.
Yeah, but still, that was the first collaboration with a car manufacturer and a luxury.
Really?
Clock.
Did it matter? Did it really matter or no?
I don't know. Probably put some value to a stinking Lincoln.
What kind of car is that? Lincoln?
Lincoln, yes. Continental.
Lincoln used to be really cool. Like, they used to make really cool cars. Like, American cars right now, man, they're really ugly cars now, man. They used to make really interesting, cars, like, back in the 50s and shit like that, 60s. Everything. And then after that, every car, like, looks the same. It's very...
Well, JJ Lacoute is different because Jaeger made car instruments for a very long time. Yeah. So you see a lot of tachometer, odometer, and rev meters from Lecoultre in many old cars, particularly British cars, if I remember correctly.
Weren't they back in the day? They're just called Jaeger. They weren't the Jaeger Lecoultre. They're just called Jaeger, weren't they? On the dials.
Exactly, yes.
The old machine dials.
Yeah.
They're just Jaeger, yeah? Maybe I'm wrong.
Didn't they invent something with a wind, without keyless works and shit like that? Didn't they invent something like that?
That was Aston Martin together with Jaeger LeCoultre, yes, where you had a wristwatch and that was basically a key for your car, yes.
What happens if you lose one of those keys, man?
Then you're fucked.
I don't know, man.
It's probably more expensive to replace that watch than instead of a key.
I don't know, man. I was thinking, like at first I was like so intense. I wanted a really luxury watch, but now it doesn't matter, man. every watch is like similar, man. Well, the movement is like I'm not talking about like Lange and Son stuff like that. That's more like hot horology. But like Rolex, that's not a hot horology, man. Just a basic watch, man.
That is
You
true,
know,
but still
it's
a
a
lot
cool
of people
watch. It's a
are
cool watch.
lusting for it. And
Too much. You know, right now with politics and shit that's going on in the world, man, who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. Like I like digital watches and shit. You know, like smartwatch and stuff like that, like a cool smartwatch that has a cool face and stuff. But
I always found it fascinating when I had clients in the shop, and I had to tell them that Rolex are not making the finest watches out there. The
they're not gonna
honest
hear that.
shock in the faces of some people was really fascinating.
They don't know what they're talking about, like those people. Like I like watches that light up at night, man. You know, you can see in the night.
Well, but
You can't surpass a watch with a light. You know, like a Rolex, any kind of lume. You can't. You know, with the digital modern shit now, with electroluminescence and fucking LCD and AMOLED screens and shit.
Thomas,
You
which
can't,
was
you know,
the
in the
brand
dark,
that,
man. In the dark, you can't surpass anything with it. I mean, I like old school watches, man. I do, man. But like,
Say again, Jonathan.
Thomas, which was the brand with the glass tubes on the dial? With
you talking about like the Nixie
Glass
tubes?
cubes on the
was
dial.
it Gevril?
Are you talking about Nixie tubes?
No. They had tritium filled up in little
Oh
glass
yeah, tritium
tubes.
tubes. Ball watch. Ball.
Was it ball? Yeah.
There's ball and there's marathon.
Hmm.
Thing.
What do you think? What? How long do those tritium? They don't last too long, though. They last like 20 years. Or
Well,
something.
if you seal them in glass tubes, the chemical composition can't change because they can't really.
But they
tarnish.
decay. They go through the alpha particles. They fly right through the glass. They emit. They decay over time. It transmutes to another material. Completely, like it basically becomes. Tritium becomes helium or something like that because it loses its electrons and it becomes another element, lighter element. What kind of car? That's a
Maserati.
Maserati. Jimmy just asked us to just posted this link, and it's a Maserati that won at Pebble Beach, but he says we'd buy it for the Jaeger LeCoultre watch.
That's a cool clock, man.
But it's not Jaeger LeCoultre, it's Jaeger.
Well, it's a Jaeger, sorry. Jaeger.
Yeah.
That's a cool clock, man. They're never gonna make cars like that anymore, man. They're never gonna put like cool shit like that.
We'd like a Maserati like this, Ali.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would, but it would be too expensive to maintain.
The watch apprentice is car shaming me. How?
All those parts would be very
is that?
difficult to obtain, man. Like anything for that car is very difficult to get. Those
Nice
wheels,
car, isn't it?
Yeah.
tires and shit.
Looks a little bit like the Alfa Romeo coupe.
They don't last. These engines are not
Certainly
made
bigger.
to last long, man. These engines are not made to last long. Like these older cars, they're not designed to like last for a long time. They're not, like they have to be. You have to use special oil. You have to use all kinds of shit. You gotta change the oil regularly because these cars are not made to last too long, man. The way they last is people restore them and they keep them. They don't really drive them.
Yeah, they're passion projects. People restore them, and
These cars are not meant to their longevity on these cars are not. It's not. You don't see these. That's why you don't see them running around anymore.
I mean, back then Maserati didn't belong to Fiat, so they were among Ferrari and Lamborghini.
yeah.
Not sure if Lamborghini even existed back then. What is the year of this car?
Don't know what year it is.
What kind of motor is in there?
Well, Lamborghini is a fake brand anyhow. It's basically
1950s. There's this one. It says these upgrades included The car was ultimately fitted with 50 rally-specific features and made it one of a kind. These upgrades included a large fuel tank, racing limited slip differential, special reversing lights, and Marshall auxiliary lamps. The interior also received a Jägerkultur chronograph, an instrument circa previously used in Bugatti, but which had been given a place of honor in a new Maserati.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you seen any of these modern hypercars that they make now, man? It's just crazy, man. Like the materials that they're made out of carbon fiber composites, they're just like super light. Their shape is, like wind tunnel tested, everything. It's crazy, man. It changes. It's not really a car anymore. It's more like it's like some kind of like looks like some kind of aircraft, man. That's moving.
Well, aerodynamics.
Yeah, aerodynamics. It's moving. It's flying through the air, man. It's flying. And the only thing that's connecting is like a little piece of rubber tire, just a contact points. Very little, and you're trying to maintain.
Well, I would say the old cars without downforce were flying more than modern cars that have controlled downforce.
Yeah, there's different. There's a lot of science. There's like Cayenda effects. Are you familiar with the Cayenda effect?
No.
Well, the curved surface will create a vacuum lift. They used to make cars like that with the back would be like curved, so it will lift up, so it will save gas and shit. Like it would, as the faster you're going, the lighter the car gets, and it is like it pulls it it creates a vacuum on top of the car.
Eddie, what do you think of the Porsche 928? I heard an interesting discussion.
Let me look at that.
Say it again?
Let me look at it. Hang on. 928. Oh yeah, that's a cool car, man. That was a revolutionary design.
Yeah, people who are really shitting on this car.
No. That's their first original. There was it's a very modern. It was like competing with a Mazda, man. There was a Mazda like that.
Well, back then there was no Mazda competing.
No, there was a car that was. It was. No, this is a cool car, man.
This
it's
is
a very cool car, man.
And people who don't know about this car are easily shitting on it.
They don't know nothing, man. They don't know nothing.
Exactly.
Is that the one with the flip-up headlights?
Yeah, they had those weird headlights that go up, man. They were like they pop up. I miss pop-up headlights. I think pop-up headlights need to come back, man.
So this is the last iteration of the 928.
That's a cool car, man.
The 928 was groundbreaking for Porsche for many reasons, because back then the 911 was regarded being an antiquated car, particularly the very important American market. They didn't want those old cars anymore.
This modernized Porsche, didn't it?
Yeah, they wanted an air condition, they wanted more comfort, they wanted more space, and still a more modern design. And this is actually the first Porsche that was really made from a blank sheet of paper, because all previous Porsches were basically just development out of the previous model, always a boxer engine in the rear, and basically that concept then.
It's a cool look, man. They should have kept this going, man.
Yeah, and Jimmy says correctly that the plan actually was, just like the Yachtmaster was meant to replace the Submariner, the idea was that the 928 would replace the 911, and actually Porsche produced both models simultaneously for quite some time. And then the decision was made that the Porsche 911 will not be discontinued because it got a second or third wind, and it became popular again. But that was meant to be Porsche's future, and thank God it didn't become the future, because we all love our 911s, but it's still a groundbreaking car, and a very solid piece of industrial design back then. I think it's an absolute timeless design.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They made some concept cars where like one off, like they had like 911s with 4 doors and shit like that.
Yeah,
they were like test cars. They were cool. Man.
For Mr. Porsche, they made a 928 with 4 doors actually.
That's pretty awesome, man. They used to make cool shit, man. They don't do it anymore like this, man.
Yeah, Mrs. Wilkinson must go for a Wii, so an iPish, and you're having.
I don't like modern cars, man. I don't like how they're making them, man. I don't like the way they're doing it. Like I seen the new 911, and it's too big, man. It's a big fucking car. It's too big for what it is, man. It's not supposed to be like Porsche is supposed to be small, you know.
They're still very good performing car, even though
I know they are, but it's I don't like it, man. I looked at it, I seen it up close. I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge fan of Volkswagen, man.
What is good now, people are rediscovering the 928. The 928 had a problem 10 years ago, where the prices for used 928s were so cheap that it didn't make sense to repair the engines anymore. Now that they became more valuable, actually, that saves a lot of them, because now restorations and repair make sense financially.
Yeah, you seen the one that Mike the Snake had? That was a cool Porsche, man.
That was a 914, or you mean the 930?
Really, he should have fucking kept that shit, man. He could have fixed it, man. You know. But you know, that's how he is, man. I don't know, man. Everybody's different, man. If I would have had that car, I would have tried to restore it, man.
Watch Apprentice asks for 944. Totally loved that car. It was a big progress compared to the 924, which was basically developed as a Volkswagen sports car, if I remember, or an Audi sports car. And then Porsche took over the concept. The 944 was a really well-performing sports car with a front engine, basically a smaller 928 because it had half of the engine of the 928, but a similar layout. And I totally love the 944. And of course, in the 914, my wet dream when I was a kid, mid-engine, fantastic shape. Unfortunately, they had quality problems. Those cars rusted like crazy.
What happened to the 959, man? Whatever happened to that car?
I mean, they are now worth $2 million. So
where are they?
Really?
I never seen one, man.
Nobody drives them. I think they made like 450 of them, and they became collector's car. Actually, Porsche lost, I think. So the car costed back then 450,000 Deutschmarks, if I remember correctly, and Porsche lost more money than those 450,000 per car. So it was the biggest gift that they ever made to their clients.
Man, those are nice cars. They're cool looking. I've seen one on the internet. I never seen one in person.
Well, they are super rare. They were always rare and very special. It's just like a Ferrari F40.
They had 4-wheel drive too,
right? Yeah, 959 was the first. 911 with the 4-wheel drive with the twin turbo water cooling. I think also it had a water cooled engine, if I know that correctly.
I think the head was water cooled.
They had tire pressure sensors. They had a variable 4-wheel drive. There was a lot of tech that was then moved to later models. So it was a fantastic.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, Dodger had a 924 turbo. That was a quick car back then.
What about that one Porsche, man? Hang on a second, man. There was a Porsche that looked weird, man. It was a weird looking one, man.
There is no weird looking Porsche.
No, there's a weird looking one, man. There's shit, man. I forgot what it was, man. They also had like these weird I was in the early Audis, like from the 90s, man. Those were good, man. They don't make shit like that anymore. I was in one, and it was like I remember they had really nice seats inside. It was like
The Audi Quattros are you talking about?
yeah, it was Quattro. It was like but it was like in the 90s. It was like something. It was like 8 something. It was really big. It was a big car.
Audi 8, yes. Mm-hmm.
It was a big car, and then it was my what's the name? My one of my uncle's friends. He had one, and he took me a ride, and it was like at night. It was all like red inside. The lights are all red. The whole dashboard is red.
Yeah, that was the signature color of the instruments in the Audi.
Yeah, that was a cool. They don't make them like that. No, I don't. I've seen the new ones. I don't like the new ones. I don't like all that shit. It's too much. They put too much shit in the cars nowadays, man. Too much shit. Cause that stuff gets obsolete fast. Like all the tech shit, man. That shit gets fucking like it goes out of. You know what I'm saying? Like the screens and shit. All the software. That stuff gets really old fast, and then the car itself is okay, you know. Do you really need all that shit in a car, man?
Well, yesterday I had an experience when a taxi was next to me, and I was moving backwards, and the taxi was moving forwards, so there was no collision, danger of collision. But my rear traffic assistant had a different opinion, and he made an emergency brake, and the car stopped with a bang, and I thought that I hit something, but it was the assistant that was stopping me by reversing the car.
That's crazy. I don't like that shit. I don't like all that intrusive shit.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, I'm grateful of having it because. I had it half a year ago that a little boy suddenly ran behind my car on a supermarket parking spot, and there was no way to see him, but that anti-collision system saw him, and it stopped me. Otherwise, I probably would have hit him.
That's good.
Yeah, a little boy with 3 years old running wild on a parking space on a supermarket is.
You just gotta go slow inside those areas.
It must have been that auto braking pisses me off because on the Jeep when I'm off road and I try to reverse into a bush because you need to make more space.
I'll be right back.
Auto brakes, and I have to go to the computer and turn the Fiker off, and it really pisses me off. I just can't get out of holes.
Yeah.
When I'm in the bushes. It just keeps auto braking. Pain in the ass.
Guys, I'm in a pickle now. We are going now for 3 hours, 11 minutes, and I really have to go to bed. Not sure how about you. Tan, not sure if Tan is in the audience that he can close that stream down. So maybe Tan, you give me a sign if we should keep that running and you're closing it down. Or if I have to close it down.
Well, it's my bedtime. Enjoyed it. It's been a wonderful stream with Eddie and Tom. Fantastic. And of course, Higgy, baby.
And Danny, and HR.
And Danny's come on, yeah. Super guest. He's run out of power, but he came on.
Yeah.
We can call it. Can I just end on one last watch?
Yes, please.
Yes, of course, Tom.
What's your opinion on this then? The Porsche designed Chronograph 1 911 GT3 100 Jahre Nürburgring.
Yep. So I'm a big fan of the Porsche design watch. Not a fan of all those limited editions where they're basically pulling reasons out of their ass to find another reason to make a limited edition out of this watch.
Like Amiga, yeah.
I personally love the Chronograph 1 concept, and I love Porsche for having reintroduced this model because I was always looking for a vintage one, but the vintage, most of them are crap. I was just wearing mine today, and I have a picture of it. So, yeah, I totally love this particular watch. But not the limited editions. I love the Nürburgring. I appreciate 70 years of it, but that is the true one here, and I will always love that, and it never gets old.
It's a beauty, isn't it?
Like
so is that your original 90s one?
No, that is the re-edition from 2022.
That's the re-edition.
Yeah,
right.
that is the titanium watch with the improved coating. It's not perfect.
So you've had. When was this released?
2022.
2022. So
Yes,
it's
the
only
original-
4 years old, and you've still had to get it recoated.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the DLC didn't last that long.
No, the DLC is slightly wearing off. So yeah.
Wow.
But I
So
learned to accept it.
only in a matter of 4 years.
Yeah.
The DLC still is worn off.
But this is my old case. So that is the 4-year-old case because I didn't like the new coating. The new coating got shiny and polished. So I told them to use my old case where the coating is slightly wearing off.
Wow.
So that is my 4-year-old watch now. The original watch was done in 1972. And they celebrated 50 years with that re-edition then in titanium with the DLC coating.
Wow. Great. Well, I hope Charleston, Watch Apprentice and Chili Badger have a great day out tomorrow. Sounds like they're planning a good day out. So I hope they have a good day out tomorrow. And
Sounds good.
yeah, sounds good, lads. Give us an update.
Yeah,
And,
thank you.
To all the punters, it's been good seeing you all in the chat, and then we ought to do it again.
I think that was a great old traditional dungeon stream, and I very much enjoyed it. Thank you, Thomas, for joining me. Dodger, thanks for holding my hand. Thanks, Eddie, for joining. Danny and HR, and hopefully see you in the next time. So I'm closing this down now. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye bye.